everybody. Oh, he's still a bit high.
Not Mike. I like that.
That's not Mike. Did I lie? I would never lie to these people.
I think
Jason Finelli, no. Jason, not Mike Finelli. His new name.
my favorite part of that, I think, is that it's the most generic font it could possibly be. That's
I almost specifically looked for it. I was like, give me just something that looks completely out of place.
That's the game best quality for you.
Yes, that's what we go for here. That's what the people pay for.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, that's that.
People actually pay for this. Crazy.
Yep.
The world is just insane.
Oh, people are saying I'm Mike in disguise. You got me.
I don't see an apple around, so it might be true.
No, that's true. That's very true. Ugh.
Jeff, I really got you with that. Why don't you take the live voice calls and the voicemail don't turn in?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I was like, how dare he?
Sam Cedar does it. What's your excuse?
Yes.
I cracked
Fucking
myself
Sam
up with that
Cedar
one.
does it. I almost banned you.
You can.
Oh, I could find a way.
Chat's already winning. Finelli is the alternate universe of Minotti, where he gets into sports instead of Disney.
Yeah,
well, joke's on you, Tacoma Streetcar Disaster. I'm into both.
Yep, it's possible. And also, Mike's very into sports as well. Well, he's Cleveland sports and stuff like that.
Wielding.
Cleveland sports, the minor leagues. Got
exactly. Oh, yep, without a doubt. What else they got? All right. There's this last of the Nintendogs. Let's bring that. Oh man, I forgot what day it is. Decides podcast rundown. All right, there's that.
Is Grubb growing out his hair for an Expedition 33 Gustav cosplay?
Yes.
Oh,
I'll do it.
I
won't play the game,
but
but I'll do the cosplay.
Yeah, I gotta play it too. I'm so fucking behind. That's like the most glaring one of this year on my backlog.
Yep, same. That's kind of up next. Although there's more I'm gotta play Ninja Gaiden right now because no one else is around to do
Yeah,
a
but
quick
up
look.
next, things keep butting in.
Exactly.
I know I need a bunch of time.
Every time I put it all right, there it is, ready to go. It's I gotta play a new game though. All right,
Yeah.
I think we are looking pretty good over here. Let's get the music tested real quick. Let's see.
No music on our side.
Yep, turning off retry.
nothing.
Yep, you guys wouldn't hear it. Oh, okay. I thought it paused retry and then it unpaused. All right, there is that.
First time doing a podcast.
Yep.
There you go. Yum yum.
Yep, that was the first time I even hit the button, Christian. Yeah, I had to turn Goxer off earlier because it was.
The thing that I'm so synced with, I messed up there. I just unsync myself with you because I always know when you're playing the music, even if I don't hear it.
Yeah.
Is it that crazy?
No, I think we're off our game this week. I think it's what's happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show, everybody.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Perfect timing. Let's get shitty.
All right. That looks good.
All
This looks good. I am ready to go. Jason Finelli, are you ready?
Born ready. Let's get messy.
With that said, I am going to count us in and start recording. Let's make sure everything is actually in place. Okay, here we go. In 5, 4, 3.
Oh, damn it.
It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game S Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of video games so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is...
Not Mike Minotti. It's Jason Finelli, ladies and gentlemen, filling in for Mr. Minotti while he is on assignment in Japan, I believe. Yes, he's over there in the...
Well, he might as well be. I don't know. He's in the Phantom Zone. We have banished him, so we don't have to deal with them. No, he went to SF, actually. He went out to go
okay.
out on assignment in SF. There's a lot of people out in Japan right now. There's a lot of people in LA, and he's in neither of those places. He was doing some bespoke giant bomb work. Got to hang out with Kind of Funny as well, so we're happy about that. Yeah. You guys should check out his episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily from yesterday. Dan was on the Kind of Funny Games Cast talking about Ninja Gaiden and Ragebound. They're doing good work, those boys. And then they got into Waymo and destroyed all the goodwill that Giant Bomb had. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Jason, I am done. I got to say that in today's episode, that partner direct happened. Mount Rushmore of Ballers. We'll get to all of that here in a second. It's long day for me. It was the Nintendo Direct this morning and then kind of nonstop working on stuff. And then a couple of important meetings after work. So it's just been one of those 12-hour days that I ended enough time to do the trash and then do this show, which is also the trash. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you could tune in.
Hey!
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm another busy day as well. We did the talk over this morning, and then a full day of work writing news and things like that. We had the Battlefield multiplayer reveal that I cranked out a bunch of news for over on GameSpot.
I didn't have time to watch any of that. How does that look?
It looks like Battlefield 5, which I think with the existence of 2042 being a thing is a compliment.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It looks like Battlefield. There is a single player campaign. They only showed a 30-second teaser of a girl speaking about the world at the moment. How people you think your allegiances aren't actually, and then she randomly throws out a quote from Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, doesn't name it because they don't have the license. She says the trailer ends, the little teaser ends with, like the man says, chaos is a ladder, and then it ends. It's a very weird way to end that.
And that man is the bad guy from Shanghai Nights.
Okay.
Jace, I think your internet connection might be a little. You seem deeply out of sync with me right now. Are you okay? Is your internet connection still good for Discord? Yeah. It might be coming back, actually.
Yeah, it should be. Let me see if I can close some things. I didn't have anything else open streaming. Maybe Steam is messing with me.
There was a moment a couple seconds ago where you broke up, and now you're not breaking up anymore. But there was a bit of a delay.
Good.
But I think the delay is still there, actually. Now that I'm talking to you. So you know what? Can you try disconnecting and reconnect real quick and see if that fixes it?
To the call?
Yeah. To the call.
To this call, yeah. All right, let's see. Out we go.
All right, let's see what happens, everybody. I have a lot of faith that this is going to fix it.
You better be fixed.
Because God wouldn't punish me with yet another technical problem today. All right, Jason Finelli, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good. You feeling good? Are we talking to each other? What's going on here?
Now your audio is out of sync from your human face. Let's see. Okay, wait. I think it might be dialing in. It usually just takes a second.
Yeah.
On the bottom left of Discord where it says video connected, do you have 4 bars or 3 bars or whatever?
I do.
Okay.
It says 151 millisecond.
I think we're good. I think we're good now. I think we're back in sync. Okay. That works for me. Good. Okay, so the game looked all right. Looks like Battlefield 5 that we kind of been waiting for. I mean, who knows if that's going to be enough for what EA wants, but do you get a sense of how the fans are responding so far, or is there a little bit too early to say?
I don't know about that. The only people they had in the room were streamers and content creators that they, flew out there. So you got the kind of responses that you would expect from people as they were talking to them. No offense to them.
No, we get it.
Listening to them talk sometimes, the one girl was like, yeah, in this one part we did shotguns and then we did grenade launchers and then we did SMGs, that sort of stuff. And then the Golden Boy was like, well, what were the teams doing? Were we doing any doing strategies? Were you like, what were we going? She was like, yeah, the one time we did shotguns and then we did grenade launchers and then we did SMGs. I'm like, no, man, he's talking about flanking and but whatever. But yeah, I mean, it looked fun. You saw some vehicle stuff, saw some helicopters, some fighter jets, saw a little bit of tank gameplay. Sure. I mean, it's the Rudy Tooty Shooty military game that we've had for all this time. I'm not I'm not saying I won't give it a shot, but what I'm also not thinking it's going to blow my socks off here. It's just kind of there. It's just a thing.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where I will probably end up playing it, but I don't expect it to take over my life. Which is, it feels like one of those games has to take over somebody's life, and they think it's going to take over 100 million people's lives. Whatever. Again, that's their problem. I would be happy if I just enjoyed the video game. Looks like that might be entirely possible.
Sure. Now keep me posted if I have more tech issues. There is storms in the area here that might be causing some of it. And funny story about that. So I have been saying all week in my many appearances on Giant Bomb all of a sudden.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciate the invite. That I was not able to make it out to Evo this year. I checked tonight on a whim. The flight I would have taken was canceled again.
Wow.
I just was not destined to go to Vegas this year. It got canceled in June for MagicCon. I couldn't go. And if I had gone to Evo, I would not have gone tonight. I find that to be the sign. I was just not meant to be in Vegas.
Who was stuck in Detroit airport for like 30 hours? Someone was trying to go to Japan.
Jess Cogswell?
Yeah, Jess was stuck. Then it was like, oh, that stinks. Especially like you get to go to Japan and then it all falls apart.
Listen, I was mad about waiting for that Vegas flight before it got canceled. If I was delayed that long going to Japan, I would have torn what's left of my hair out.
Oh no.
There's not a whole lot left. We're getting to scalp at this point. It would not have been good. But yeah, so the storm, long story short, the storm might be causing some weirdness. Just let me know. If it continues to happen throughout the course of the show, I would hate for my first impression to this new audience to be a 5-second delay every time I say a word.
No, the delay seems to have cleared up for now, but we'll let you know if there's anything else that happens. You know what? Let's do this. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening and hit that like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you could do so while we're live by going to YouTube using the super chat function. We'll answer all of those before the end of the program. Thank you to Carlos Ayin, who's Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thanks to Christian for producing. And you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That's patreon.com/GameMess, which gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions and our game club discussions, early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. Friendly reminder, you can also become a supporter by becoming a YouTube member. There's that join button here on YouTube. Click that. Become a Lincoln member for $5 a month. Gets you all the same benefits. Or a Twitch subscriber to one of the three accounts, Tokoto, Jeff Grubb, or Christian_RARG. Gets you all the same benefits. We appreciate everyone's support. It's been great to see. It really has made a huge difference, especially since I still haven't paid myself at Giant Bomb. So getting paid over here helps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll see if we can figure that out soon.
See if we do that. Oh, real quick. Hello, you. Oh shit, wrong show.
Wrong show. Listen, it doesn't matter. All these shows start to mush together in my brain at a certain point. You could do it if you want. I got some big topics I want to talk to you about, Jason Finale. You happy if I do that?
Sure. Let's get it going.
Let's start with this one real quick. You were mentioning before we got started, you and Christian were talking animatedly about Tokon, and they had some details about that. Why don't you guys tell me, because again, I've been busy all day, didn't see a single second of this. Sounds like it's pretty shit hot.
So we don't actually know what it looks like in live gameplay yet. The Evo has not opened. It opens tomorrow, and they will have live demos. They have a booth there, the old-fashioned E3 booth where you can...
This is like a quick start guide kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, it was a 12-minute beginner's guide that walked you through mechanics. It walked you through different nuances of its gameplay. I find it fascinating that you choose your character, and then you choose your three partners. You have your one main guy, your point character that you'll be controlling in the beginning of the match, and you have to earn, for lack of a better term, your three assists. So like if you do it's called the assemble attack. The assemble attack is the I think there's an assemble gauge, and once you fill one of the notches in the assemble gauge, if you do a certain move that does the stage transition, when you get to the other stage, your partner is waiting for you, says, I'm here, let's do it, and then you can call them in for assists, and then you can switch to them finally until you build out all four of your team. Christian would have to help me with this. I can't remember off the top of my head. Do they share a life bar?
Yeah, it's all the same life bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they all share one life bar, and it's round based. It's not like Marvel vs. Capcom, where once you eliminate everybody, the match is over. It's one life bar, first to 2 or first to 3 rounds. That'll be decided basically probably through gameplay when it gets to the competitive, when it actually comes out. But man, oh man, does it look cool. The control scheme looks cool. There's a designated button for this assembling mechanic. There's a designated button for skills, for special attacks. There's also a quick skill, a quick assemble, a third quick button that I hope you can customize with specific, like if I have a specific special move that I'm really into, I hope I can put that in the quick skill section. That would be nice, but man. We'll probably talk about this in a later show that might be happening 14 hours from now.
Yep.
But I have 3 main storylines going into Evo, and the burgeoning tag fighter scene is one of them, with Tokon being front and center now. I fully expect when people get their hands on it, it's going to be all that's going to be talked about on that show floor. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing those impressions. We'll probably get Sean back next week, and he's going to try to play it and probably get some first-hand impressions from him, and I'm excited to have that happen. He usually does a pretty good job of getting that reconnaissance done and telling us all we need to know. All right, excellent. Evo starts like in full tomorrow, right? And then goes all weekend?
Yes. Not to toot my own horn, but toot motherfucker. If you go to GameSpot right now, I did an Evo 2025, every competition, the whole schedule, basically 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 9 different streams, but they have 10 total throughout the weekend, 10 different Twitch channels, all with different things. They have tomorrow, the main one, which is just called Evo, as opposed to Evo 1. It's confusing, I know. The main one will have the showcase, which is like panels and announcements. There's a virtual fighter panel scheduled. There's a Tokon panel scheduled for 11 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. I'll probably stay up for that. I know myself. A whole bunch of stuff. Invincible Versus has 90 minutes on that stage as well. And then each of the other channels there's one, Evo 2, I think, twitch.tv/Evo 2 is all Street Fighter. Evo 3 is all Tekken. Evo 4 starts with Mortal Kombat and then switches to Fatal Fury, I think. Evo 5 goes Fatal Fury and then switches to a different game. They have it on the website. It's in my article as well. You can follow it along Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's only 2 streams, thank God. One is the main stage, which is the top 8s of the 4 highest attended games. This year, Street Fighter was the most attended. Tekken 8 was second. Fatal Fury making its debut was 3rd, and Guilty Gear Strive was 4th. With the other 4 games, Mortal Kombat was the least. I know that. Under Night In Birth, I believe, was next with and then Grand Blue above that, and then the classic game. They do a classic game now every year. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was 5th overall.
All right.
So yeah, that'll be Saturday night. That top 8 will be Saturday night. And then they've also started an extended lineup. So they have 2 channels now devoted to extended lineup games. Rivals of Aether 2, which is one that I am not very familiar with, is in that extended lineup. I'm excited to see that. Capcom versus SNK 2 is over there in the extended lineup. I know. I think that's one of your favorite fighting games. Yes.
Oh yeah.
If I've heard correctly.
Oh yeah.
So that's over there. Yeah. There's a whole lineup there as well. Plus all of the other streams going on. Team Spooky and all the guys that are doing Evo stuff all week long. Max is already there. He did a test stream earlier where he watched the Tokon beginner's guide that I mentioned. It's a wild time. I'm gutted that I'm missing it because 24 was awesome, but you best believe I will have 10 different windows starting at 1 p.m. on these screens, soaking it all in, baby. It's gonna be great.
I'm happy for you. Looking forward to watching some of it myself. We'll talk about it a little bit more on Game S Mornings tomorrow as well. Looking forward to it.
Yes, all right. Sir.
The Nintendo Direct happened. I don't think we're not going to go over all the news. I did that on Game S Mornings today. If people want to hear all that, there's definitely some stuff worth calling out again for sure. But mostly kind of want to just talk about the reaction, how you're feeling about those Switch 2's lineup overall, how you're feeling about the overall quality of announcements from third parties, like the meta level stuff here. what's been, now that you've had a little bit of time to sit with it, how are you feeling about it?
I do think that the number one prevailing thing that comes out to me about this partner direct today specifically is, and I spoke about this at the end of the talkover that we did earlier today, the fact that EA Sports was here twice and EA was here 3 times, if you include Apex Legends, bodes well for the Switch 2 overall, I believe. The fact that that is a company that is not historically taking part in Nintendo Direct, and that's one of those weird one-off EA Originals indie, not indies projects that they do. So the fact that they showed up and bought 3 slots in this thing kind of tells me that they're kind of pushing their chips on the table when it comes to Switch 2, and then we may see some support long term instead of just the flash in the pan stuff. You never know with EA because it's EA, but first impression with them at least is good. People were saying, "I wish it was college football."
Oh, people also said PvZ, Plants vs. Zombies, also EA. So 4 games in there.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that.
A lot of this will come down to like how well these games do, right? Like EA is ready to test the waters and maybe has high hopes, and it's got something in a different category. FIFA seems to be the one they're like, we know that audience will buy some stuff on Switch, and we know the appropriate level of support for Switch 2. Madden, we'll test it out. We'll see what happens. Then Apex Legends, the update there is like, okay, Switch 2 is more powerful, so let's at least get this game running decently and see what happens at that point with that game that we are now rededicated to. And Plants vs. Zombies, a very, a broad game in terms of its appeal. Feels like that, like, okay, let's see what that does. And if that does pretty well, maybe we could try some stuff in this direction, go in that direction. EA has had success with the Switch in fits and starts. Last year, that My Sims bundle apparently did really well on the Switch. So I think they're like aware that there is a certain kind of audience that will buy a certain kind of game. Like The Sims is almost certainly going to head to Switch 2 here in the next year or two.
Tailor-made, yes.
Yes, it's everything else that I think is still a question. Like, how well does the Madden do? That will dictate whether we get college football next year, because it's not going to happen this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. And I think between those 2 games, I think Madden is a better first option because it's professional football. I mean, the college football, as popular as it is here in the States, is definitely still second fiddle to the pros. So going Madden first, especially since they're both developed by the same studio down in Orlando. So if you do well with Madden, you can now take the formula from Madden, iterate it for Madden 27, and then splinter the team off for the college football version of college football 27 on the Switch 2. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. The one thing I would have changed, I think, if I were organizing this show, I think I would have split up Philabilia and Octopath Traveler 0. I'm not calling it Adventures of Elliot. I'm not doing it. It's called Philabilia. Its name is Philabilia.
Have you had a chance to like reckon with that? Because like when it happened, I was just like, what the fuck are they talking about? I couldn't even like really wrap my mind around them naming a city in a game Philabilia. It really does just feel like that, like they like the name, they like the way Philadelphia sounded when someone said it, and they're like, well, we don't want to put that in there because that would be weird, so let's just change it and no one will really know. It's like, everybody knows what you did here. It's very strange.
Yeah, and then they were trying to think of a way to change the name, and then Jessica Biel popped up on the TV, and all of a sudden they had Philabilia. There it was.
We got it. I have a great idea. That's peanut butter and chocolate. Got it.
But, oh no, I jumped head first. I don't know if you saw my Blue Sky right after that. I went, and we were talking about the battle system being John.
Yes, I did.
We were talking about
very good stuff.
Someone called it a John RPG instead of a JRPG, which is great. Someone said they were going to get their Phoenix Downs from the Wawa. Oh man, it was oh god, it was incredible. I reckon with it. Are you kidding me? I'm thrilled. You know what? Do you know what Philadelphia's claim to fame? You know what the Philadelphia's claim to fame in video games is now before Philabilia? Do you know what it is?
What is it?
The non-advertised but actual setting of heavy fucking rain.
Really?
Yes, it is heavily rumored that without being said,
was he yelling
heavy
for
rain
you in that game?
In Philadelphia.
You probably haven't heard that one before.
Yes, he was pressing X to me. That's exactly what he was doing. Press X to me.
Finale.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, that does really roll off the tongue, doesn't it? There was a kid in high school who didn't know my first name. He had to ask me at graduation, waiting in line to go to the field. It's just yeah. But yeah, unless there's and then there's a couple of Madden games this year included with Eagles on the cover. Last one was McNabb in 06, if you recall. But yeah, Philadelphia's legacy inside video games is Heavy Rain, and now this. Maybe some things I'm forgetting. Tony Hawk level, as I'm reminded by Cody Owens here. It was awesome. I thought as soon as I saw that, I immediately just jumped on it. I latched onto it. Now that being said, the game is cool. I did have a chance to sit down with the demo for a little while. Love the of mana influences here. The more action-oriented combat of the RPG.
It's closer to that than like Zelda, right? Like it's closer to
Yes. I would not call this a Link to the Past like or an old school Zelda like. No, it's very much more the of manas, and that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing, A, for the gameplay of this particular game, and B, for the future of HD 2D, because I think they were starting to realize that turn-based RPGs in HD 2D are great, but they're starting to wane a little bit. It's just they all kind of blend together at some point, even though they're from different franchises. Right. So to now inject this, maybe we get the of mana HD 2D if this does well, right? You start with the original, just like they did with Octopath Traveler. Yep. You start with the original IP, see if people take to it, and then branch out into the known franchises. Again, makes perfect sense. Same thing we just talked about with Madden. So if this brings in the of manas or some other weird Square Enix ideas in this HD to keep this HD 2D train going, I'm all for it. But yeah, the demo so far, pretty good.
All right, cool. That's I am happy to hear that. Other things from this direct, let's see. That Hella game looked really cute with the little mouse. Definitely something I'm thinking a lot about. There was supposed to be a demo for that as well, right? A lot of these said they were going to have demos. I can't remember if this one does. Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
But it's that's out in 2026. Has the 4-player. I really like the look of that. Let's see. I think Jason talked about those are the two big games that ended the show. But there's also other RPG things and strategy RPGs. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilist Chronicles showed up again here. It was nice to see more of that. Yakuza Kiwami 2. That is, just continue doing those. Makes a ton of sense. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this direct because I understood what it was going to be before it happened. And yet I do think it's like, we are in this place where, we're waiting for a lot of dates from Nintendo. And why are they being so coy with it? For a long time there, I've been assuming that these companies are okay with doing it because they've never really experienced any detrimental effects from waiting. You hold it close to your chest. You announce it even 2 months out. I guess maybe the norm is 3 months. But if you announce it 2 months out, no game that seems to have been announced 2 months out has seemed to have hurt in its sales when it actually went up and launched. All those games do just fine for the most part. And you can try to imagine a world, okay, what if you announced it a year ahead of time? Would you have gotten more sales? No, but you would have spent a lot more money on marketing. So I assume that's kind of continues to be what's happening here. But I wonder if there's more to it than that. I don't know. Some people were mentioning that Kit and Krista did their Nintendo Direct Reacts today. They're former Nintendo Treehouse employees. And they said they had some concerns. I haven't had a chance to listen. I don't know if they listed what those concerns are. But do you think publishers are being a little bit not touchy, but a little bit skittish about announcing release dates to the point where it's weird? Because I don't know if I'm there yet.
I think the potential for a delay and the backlash that a group of fans might give them may give them pause to lock something in. I think Rockstar is experiencing that right now because there's already rumors that it may slip to September 2026 and not make that May 26. Newsflash, it never was making May. I got the tinfoil hat for that one too. But no, I think if you have a hard date that that you're making, then if you're comfortable announcing it, announce it there. I mean, that's what Nintendo's doing, right? We didn't know about Bonanza until April, and it came out, 3 months later?
Yep.
That makes perfect sense. We still don't know the Metroid Prime 4 date. That could be coming. We could find that out in the September Direct, and it's coming out in November. right? We don't know. So I think there's nothing wrong with waiting until the last possible moment to release, the last possible time to confirm your release date and announce it, because news moves so fast now that the initial wave of pre-orders, and if you're going to get pre-orders, is going to take care of itself, whether it's, like you said, a year ago or 3 months before. And the less you can spend on marketing, if you can put that budget somewhere else, or just, put it in the war chest for your next project, that makes sense too. I get it. I get the strategy there. But I don't envy them having to make, any game company having to make a decision on release date, particularly for a highly touted release like the ever absent Silk Song. Like that Team Cherry, I cannot imagine what they've been going through now for
me neither.
4 years.
Too much pressure.
And now it seems like they're locked into whatever Xbox says they have to launch. I imagine that game is likely done.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
I mean, again, it's not really like a launch game for the Asus. Like Xbox made it sound that way. Team Cherry came out and said it's not. Like, so it's kind of like it's happening around the same time, and there's some relationship there. But I bet Team Cherry still has autonomy on like when they can launch the thing. Although if they did maybe pick a date to go alongside Xbox, they were probably handsomely paid for that. So.
For sure.
Hopefully it all works out for them.
Yeah. No, I frankly, as soon as it said partner direct, my expectations were tempered.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not alone in that.
No.
But I don't know. I feel like this is going to get me in trouble, but I feel like Kit and Krista are shit stirs.
Oh yeah, definitely. No,
a little bit of shit stirs.
Absolutely. I love it though, for sure.
And yeah. Sometimes they come out with some takes, and I'm just like, "Oh, guys, stop it!" So it was nice to hear that they had nice things to say about this. I didn't get to watch their video after this, but all in all, I was fine with this direct. I didn't think it was the people like to come out and say every single direct is the worst video that was ever made, and that wasn't me in this one. I expected it to be a couple of interesting things with some ports coming. Sparking Zero. Bandai Namco had a nice showing here with the Katamari and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as well. So you have Bandai Namco, you have EA, you have Capcom starting the thing off with Monster Hunter Stories 3. All these names, Square Enix ended it with the 2 games we already talked about. These are all names you're going to want in this on the Switch too. They're all the big publishers. All like 4 of the biggest names showed up here, and then you have other ones filling. Ubisoft was technically here with Star Wars Outlaws. That's 5.
That does feel like what this was, right? It feels like this partner direct was about, let's get some stuff from the biggest publishers, because they do require special attention. They do need to have a little bit of incentives. And the direct is a pretty big incentive, because a lot of people do watch them. It makes these games feel a little bit more special because they were a part of that. So yeah, that makes sense. So then as we get to like Gamescom and other opportunities for other people to reveal their games, maybe on their own for the Nintendo Switch 2, there's still going to be could be a ton of announcements. Still could be tons of games that get revealed with dates for later this year, even from third parties, and announced in Cologne in a couple of weeks. So I'm not too like concerned about anything. And overall, like as it stands right now, the release schedule for the Switch 2 is looking just fine to me. We'll see what 2026 ends up looking like. So yeah, I'm sitting in a pretty good place with the Switch. All right. Let's see here. Oh, there's the war on the credit card companies after they worked with that stuff is ongoing. And it does sound like it is like beginning to get organized on the gamer side of things, of people calling MasterCard in particular, but also Visa, in response to them threatening to take away credit card processing from Valve for Steam and from itch.io for its store, in response to another group going to those credit card companies and complaining about them taking money from people who make what they consider to be pornography. So we've covered the tracks of this story a whole bunch. Right now, where it stands is these stores are still not allowed to sell adult material while also taking Visa and MasterCard transactions for anything else. Like, even if people aren't using those cards to buy those games, like the Visa and MasterCard were threatening to take away the purchases for everything. So itch.io, for its part, is saying it's looking for an alternative way of processing payments that doesn't go through MasterCard. And that's going to be challenging. There is no obvious solution there, but it's looking for an answer now. And in the meantime, itch.io still got quite a bit of heat from people who are mad at them for not standing up. But I get the sense that none of these companies are really able to stand up to the credit card companies. So it does come down to public outcry. And there's people who have worked at these credit card companies or worked at call centers that have worked with the companies who are saying the current strategy of people calling up MasterCard and calling up Visa is the thing you should be doing, and it's probably working. Because if you send an email, that goes right in the trash. If you call them, they work with third-party vendors to handle their on-phone customer service support, and they have to pay by call. And so there are people dedicated whose entire job is get the volume of calls to drop, get them down. There's too many. And so if they're getting what reportedly is around 8,000 calls a week, that is going to drive them crazy. It's going to turn into a nightmare for a lot of people involved. And that means it'll likely escalate pretty quickly because that number is going to lead to costs. And that cost is going to go on to a budget sheet, which is going to look really bad. And that's going to keep going up. It's probably the thing that's going to get the attention. The question is, can they sustain it? That's up in the air. How realistic is it to expect these big companies to respond quickly? We'll see. That doesn't mean there's going to stop getting pressure from the other side that is trying to censor video games. And at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe you win this battle, but this could happen again, or the people who are going through these credit card companies could get creative again. So maybe look for more alternative sources for payment processing. I don't really understand that world at all, Jason, because it's you just think it should be so much easier to give someone money. And it's why is it just a handful of companies that can do this? Stripe, PayPal, and the credit card companies. And even it's like I understood it in the real world, right? Like when you go to a retailer and you have your credit card there, and it's like, okay, someone has to pay for the payment processing thing. It just feels like on the internet, it should have been streamlined to the point where obviously the money is just digital, and we have our digital accounts and we connect them, and I could just give it directly to you. But no, there's still all these middlemen in the way, and I'm sure it's about security to a certain point. I think it's probably also about arcane regulation. I don't think we're going to be able to solve those problems, but at the very least, hopefully people are able to kind of stand up, shout, and get these companies back on track and out of our business, right?
Yeah, I would like to think so. 8,000 calls a week is nothing to sniff at, but I have already seen reports on Blue Sky and stuff of what they're trying to do to kind of counteract those. I saw someone be told
yes, I'm sure they are.
that someone was told that the calls are going down. So, interest is waning, which is probably just a scare tactic. I don't think that's actually happening. I did also see too, just before we signed on, I don't know if you saw it, Itch has said that they are re-indexing the free adult rated games,
good.
like 18 plus, the ones that aren't to be charged. So if you made a free game, a free porn game that you want back on the service, you can list it on whatever page that was. So we may have turned a corner there because there's no payment involved. It's free. But as you said, the bigger issue is, why do 4 or 5 companies get to decide what we spend our money on? I think that is the whole prevailing argument in all this. When we decided to go cashless as a society, most of us who are under a certain age, that did not come with the caveat that the people who make the cards get to tell us how we spend our money.
Yeah.
In a word, fuck that. I'm not someone. I've been on itch.io maybe 5 times total in my life, and 4 of them were ever since this started, just to see what the hell's going on. It's not a place I normally go to.
Right.
But if I decided I want to, if they did one of their charity bundles and the charity bundle happened to have one of these games in it, and all of a sudden I can't support the charity because this game's on it, that's bullshit. That's total bullshit. It is a little bit of this Project 2025 thing that totally wasn't real, but of course was, right? That's what's happening here. These right-wing Christo-fascists, whatever you want to call them, groups are now empowered to think that their opinion matters this much, because I guess they're not being heard enough at home, or they're ashamed, as you like to say, of that they enjoy these things and they need to spread their shame to everybody else, or whatever the fuck their problem is. We can curse on this show, right?
Oh yeah, go to town.
It's a little late. It's a little late for that, but
I'm drinking a curse, and that's what we do here.
Somebody has to, but it's how we do it in Philadelphia. But like I just, it infuriates me to no end that we are now at a point in society where people who think that they hold moral ground for whatever reason have the authority to tell people what to do because of that moral ground. And I was born and raised Roman Catholic, so I have a bit of that spirituality my background. I don't know if you can see it. It's off screen here, but my grandfather painted himself a version of the Last Supper.
Ooh, look at that.
And I keep it there because this is the house he lived in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
He passed away in 2006. My grandmother passed in 2015. We bought the house in 2018. So I keep that there in tribute of him. And because I, to a certain extent, have faith. But that faith is always questioned by these far-right motherfuckers who think that because they read a book that they know how the world should work. And it just, we are not the same. I do want to say this too. Having faith and doing what they do are not the same. If you have faith and you're not like them, you just read better. Yeah, you have better reading comprehension.
It's all it ever is like that. We know you don't really care about the faith side of things if you're using it to attack other people. Like, it's very clear to me that it's that simple. That if someone is using this as a weapon or alternatively as a shield to protect the patriarchy, as a shield to protect certain institutions that disadvantage certain people, that you're not actually serious about anything you're actually reading. It is simply a tool that you're wielding, and that's not everybody. There's people that are able to practice their faith in the way that is authentic, and I've met those people. They're some of the best people I've ever met. But there is a tendency for religion to be used. I mean, it's almost been designed in a lot of ways, in a lot of cultures, to protect men, to protect, and then to punish women. And that's often what this is. It's about punishing women. It's about punishing queer people. And
that's it. I was raised to think that religion was meant to be an olive branch.
Yeah. Yes.
Not a cudgel.
Yes, exactly.
And these people are using it as a fucking cudgel. I just would like to point out that I have been called in chat woke Minotti.
Yep, there it is.
I do want to get ahead real quick. There is a super chat here from Harrow for Life, if I may skip ahead to
Let's do it.
For a second. And it says, this may not be read, but I would recommend you read what Collective Shout is and what they do. As a child abuse survivor, they have been instrumental in protecting women and children from abuse. I would like to say to you, I'm sorry for what happened to you.
Yes.
I'm glad you are in a place now that you can join us for this show and put that in there. And that is fine. Okay? Right. I agree with them. But right now, in this situation, they are overstepping.
Yeah, and they're
well-intentioned or not.
And they're poisoning the goodwill they might have done on anything else by making their beliefs everyone else's and using underhanded tactics to accomplish it. But yes, that's not to say like everything they've ever done is terrible. Just this. Yeah, that's all we're talking about. Yeah. It's in this context
just this.
For sure. And yes, and good people can also just be misguided on these things. I don't think when I say people are using their faith to attack other people, I don't think they're conscious often that that's what they're doing. They think they're doing the right thing. They think they're getting to a place where it's like, I'm protecting these people from pornography the way I'm protecting a child from abuse. And they equivocate those two things and see them as the same and see them as equal goods. And the unintended consequences here is there are a lot of people who are then standing alongside you and trying to legitimately hurt people who make queer art. Yeah. And they're like mad that they have done this and they're trying to punish them. And it's a kind of abuse of its own. So I'm glad to hear that side of things. I will look into that. I'm now very interested to hear and see like what Collective Shout has done in that space. And again, yes, as Jason said, sorry that happened. And if they provided you some solace and some protection in your life, that's awesome. Glad to hear that.
That's good. But again, it's just this one this one thing, this one tunnel vision that they have. It may be well intentioned, but they may also be being influenced by people who don't share that intention, and I think that is the problem.
Yep. All right. Like I said, we're going to keep talking about that for the next little bit, kind of see how it develops. It's one little step at a time, kind of understanding how these companies are barely starting to catch up. I guess the people on the phones at these call centers are starting to be like, oh, you're calling about that now? And then occasionally they're also being like, okay, we're just going to hang up on you. So I don't know. Keep up at it if you've been calling. If you haven't, go look into it. See if you can lend your voice to making things a little bit better and avoiding some unreasonable censorship in games, especially from a private corporation who shouldn't have a say in what you do with your life.
Correct.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Lots of super chats to get to. There are a lot of things to discuss that you guys want to talk about. So we'll get into all that right after this.
Woo!
Call your congressman.
Yeah, they don't
call your congressman. That's true.
I forgot. I read on Bluesky that apparently writing letters is really good too because
writing letters to Congress people works. Yes.
But to the banks and to the
really
because they're like financial institutions. They need to, whenever they receive a letter, they have to have a bunch of they have a bunch of stuff they had to do with those letters to make it. So it's like
so they could be receiving bills
this is
and
happening.
Stuff. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Hey, real quick, the super chats, have they been being collected? Was I supposed to do that?
No,
or how's that work?
I got them. I'll read them because otherwise it'll be difficult for you to read them because they're all in one easy spot for me in the back end.
I was gonna say if you want to copy some over so I can split some, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I could. We can make you if we make him a mod here in the chat, we can just.
Oh, does that work? Okay, let me see here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and type something in chat, Jason.
Yeah. Say. Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Something. Oh, there we go.
Perfect. Yep. And as moderator.
If you make him a mod, then maybe reload the page.
Oh, reload the page. Yep.
Okay, I just made you moderator though, so you might have to reload it again.
That's okay. Do it one more time. Boom. All right. I see subscribers only mode. Where would I read?
You go to top of the chat when it says top chat.
Yes.
You go to fan funding.
Yep. I see that. Oh, cool. Yeah, there they are.
And then you scroll all the way up, and
the first one I see is from Big Fresh 37.
Fresh.
You got it?
I got it. Yep.
All right. Fantastic. Yeah. Wonderful.
I can take that if you want. I have no problem with that.
Let's do it. That sounds great. All right. I'm going to bring us back if you boys are ready.
Ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. We're back. Jason Finelli's here. I'm Jeff Grubb. It's Game Mess Decides. Let's do those super chats, Jason. I think you got them in front of you. Let's go ahead and read some of those.
Yeah, I have some super chats. Let's start with @BigFresh37. Is Grubb aware of how "Is July over yet, you stupid stars" has become a meme across every Reddit thread about directs?
I mean, a little bit. People say it to me every once in a while, or I'll see it here or there. I guess I didn't know it was like a meme across every single one. Although it doesn't surprise me. Like, I don't go and check Glar all that often. Gaming leaks and rumors these days. It's just, you know, they always talk about a version of myself that doesn't exist. It only exists in their heads, and that's just frustrating to deal with, even if it's good or bad, either way. And so it's like I just rather sit here in reality. But when I won the Leaker of the Year last year, I realized it was probably mostly because of that thing. So it must have been a big deal in that subreddit, and that's a pretty big subreddit. So I guess that must have now it's spread everywhere else because those people that are on that subreddit are everywhere. So okay, fun to hear. That's neat.
Well done, sir.
I guess. Yeah.
Big Fresh 37 back again. Sent you more info about Sunderfolk in Blue Sky DMs.
Thank you. Yes, Big Fresh. It's been an insanely busy day and a half after that leak in my damn faucet yesterday. So I will check that out, but I appreciate it.
How'd that go, by the way?
It's again not as bad as it could have been.
Good.
I think we're going to be able to fix up most of it ourselves.
Cool. Simon from Saskatchewan. Do you have any Switch 2 case recommendations?
Okay, case. You're saying case and not grips.
Right.
So I actually really like. I think it's the Ginky one for the Steam Deck actually, because it's like a bag that has a couple of zipper pouches, and one you can like put your keys in and all your stuff, and then there's another one that's really nicely padded, and it also like compresses down to like fit around whatever you put in there. And it's made for the Steam Deck, but I've been putting my Switch 2 in there, and it doesn't feel like the Switch 2 is like slipping and sliding around, or it's too big for the Switch 2. So I really like that. There's a Ginky like fuzzy case with a zipper. The one I was sent was a review unit, and the zipper broke on like day one. So I'm sure that's something they've probably fixed, but I'm just not going to recommend that one. So it's a Steam Deck Ginky bag. Look for that, and if you have questions about which one it is, I don't know, DM me somewhere like on Discord or something. I'll let you know if I can find exactly the model.
So I bought this one the same night I bought the Switch 2 at Best Buy. It just has Next in, I don't know the brand name. I could look up the receipt if you want me to. I can recommend it to you. It's been fine. So nice. The Switch 2 just fits in right here. I can put it in joysticks first. It actually has some holes for those buttons there if I need to. Holds 10 games, which is fine. Holds the charger up here. It has done me well on planes. It has done me well on car trips. I am very happy with that. And it was convenient. They had it right next to the desk there at Best Buy. Just added it to my purchase and went on my merry way. I really did appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. At Lex Luddy 6035. Not sure who that is. Nice person, I bet. Grubb should do more podcasts. Lazy SOB. Oh, never mind.
You know, the fucked up thing, Lexi, is despite working nonstop today, I do still feel lazy in a lot of ways. So, yeah, that's right. I know. It's well, what can I do about the stupid fucking brain I have? Yeah. Thanks, Lexi.
I tell you, I say that once a day.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Simon from Saskatchewan back again. In the unlikely event Dan's right about Metroid Prime 4 being delayed, what should Mike's punishment be for guffawing at Dan, great word, for counterpicking it?
Man, I think we all laughed at him. We were all like, while he was doing it, we were all quiet, looking at each other and be like, is he fucking serious right now? And then he did it, and then we all laughed at him. I don't know. We probably should all be punished to some degree, but I'm honestly having to wait that long for Metroid Prime 4's punishment enough. But for Mike specifically, let's no Disney for 5 years. There we go. Yeah, I know.
5 years.
I know, he would
That's more than death.
He would say worse than death for him. Yeah.
If he makes it 5 days, I'll buy you dinner.
It is funny, like when Mike is gone and he is at Disney, and like Steph's like, "Well, why isn't Mike on the show tonight? I'm always at Disney." And she's like, "Again?" Every time. It's very funny.
It's a bit at this point.
Yep.
Simon from Saskatchewan once again. Man, hello. Do you put maple syrup in the fridge, real or fake? I do not. I did. It's funny. I grew up with it in the fridge.
I think the same here. Yeah.
In my current, it's in the pantry. It's room temperature, and I find it. And I used to love it cold, but now I find it easier to pour.
Of course. In
the pantry, but it also gets stickier because it's not. It's a cold.
Right, not congealing.
It's a weird. Yeah, this weird dichotomy, but I do prefer it at room temperature now, I think, as opposed to cold.
Yeah, I think I grew up with it in the fridge, and now we keep it in the pantry. Yeah, I don't know if that was the decision I made or Steph's just started doing it, but I didn't question. I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
Oh, I know who made it here. Steph did.
Yeah,
Steph did.
Yeah, there
Absolutely.
you go.
Not even a question. Now I'm going to adapt this same question, peanut butter. In the fridge?
Peanut butter is definitely in the pantry. Yeah, that's always been in the pantry my entire life. Yeah.
But same thing. I grew up with it in the fridge.
Okay.
And now it's in the pantry.
Never in the fridge for me as a kid, ever. Yeah, that's cold. That sounds weird to me, actually, thinking about it.
Cold peanut butter is weird, but I didn't mind it. I mean, I ate a lot of it.
I'm sure it's tasty. Yeah.
Doesn't it get too tough? Like,
yeah, right. Because like the whole idea of peanut butter is I want it to be easy to spread, and I would imagine putting it in the fridge like ruins that a little bit. Was that the case or what?
Yeah. In college, I used to get it out. I used to get it out with a spoon, so it was never a problem for me. At Dreadnought 636, Metroid Prime 4 delayed till 2026. Now, I saw this super chat come in. You got me, all right? You fucking got me. I looked it up, and it's not true. And you... Well done. Well played. Very good.
I'm going to give you your money back, Dreadnought. Get out of here. It's not funny.
It's not fun. It's not funny.
Not funny.
What's
Stop
that?
it.
The hot tub's too hot. I love that.
So you've been in a ban people mood lately. You want me to ban the other guy that said the bike games are for you and that kind of deal? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just a bad mood in general. You got me, Christian. That's right.
I'm
Get them
tired
all.
of your bullshit, kids.
Yes. It was like, yes, exactly. It's dealing with the kids who I cannot ban from my human life chat. And now I have to come here and deal with these kids. So, yeah, who I can ban.
It's NES title screen, bad mood, and it's just you.
Yeah, bad moods.
Sour pussing. Zombie pour in. Fantastic. With football being back, kinda, I can't believe Grubb said the Lions will never beat the Eagles, and Dan Campbell isn't half the coach Sirianni is. That is not an alt account, I promise. But yeah, we're going to own up to that.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this year. We'll see what happens. They better fucking win this year, man. They got to go do it all. Just get to one Super Bowl in my life, or in the life of the entire franchise of the Detroit Lions in the NFC.
Listen to me. If there's one team in the NFL that if they beat us in the NFC Championship, I would still root for, it's the Detroit Lions. I'm not lying. I can't.
Literally,
I'm not, no lion. Yeah.
Literally the only NFC team that's not been to a Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions, my team, everybody. So there it is.
They got to get there. The Uncharted Wolf 9480. Hi, Jason. Hello. What is one game developer you guys would love to interview, not including Peter Molyneux? Well, you've scaled the question now.
Yeah,
what are we to do?
I can't think of anybody other than Peter Molyneux now. I mentioned it a couple times. I still would want to interview him at this point. Lars Wingefers. I just like, man, what happened? Why were you doing this?
Yeah.
And I know most of the answer is the money was cheap and they could borrow a lot of money and just do a bunch of dumb shit. But it's like, what do you think was going to happen here? I just want to get that whole story.
My whole life, my answer to this question was Reggie Fils-Aimé. And then on my now on permanent hiatus podcast, Cheesesteaks and Controllers, he was my episode 100 guest.
Oh,
so I got
fantastic.
that.
Yeah.
Right when his book came out, like a nice 40-minute chat. That was awesome. So now I would probably say Kojima. I think I would love the chance to sit down and talk with him, or someone of that ilk, right? Because I get to interview a lot of developers, so there aren't many left that I would say I've never talked to before. Kojima is one of them. Miyamoto's one of them. That sort of like old tier of who've been making games my whole life. Where are we? We are at Joshua Prudhomme. I hope I said that right, if that's your actual last name. More Jason on everything, please.
We got you. Don't worry. Tune into Game Master Mornings tomorrow.
I bet you say that to all the Jasons. JLA Naps coming in with Death Stranding 2 in the evenings. Deliveries are back, homies. Yes, live that UPS life. Get it.
That's the other one, other than Expedition 33 that I want to get some time on with. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, my problem is me too, but I still have to get time with one before I can get time with two.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of one, so and I didn't finish it, but this one looks enough like that game, and they have here's what happened on the first game, last time when you start up that game. There's like a whole section for that, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah. At Cody Owens 9137. Jason, are you reporting live from Philadelphia? Yes, Philadelphia. I've got the Philadelphia Fanatic with me, that little fairy that follows me around. Where the entire world map is just one big fucking grid. We're having a good time. At Acradix 505, Jason, what dream musical would you love to be in? They both work, even if that was a typo. Grubb, what dad movie would be a great movie musical? Grubb, I'll start with you.
Oh, this is actually easy, and it is Moneyball. You could sing a lot of songs about like about math, but really about like the way that the math intersects with people's lives, and someone like thinking that they're out of the game, and this team's selecting you and be like, no, we really think that you're our guy, and the big like 11 o'clock send them home number when they come back in that game to go 20-0 or whatever it is. Yeah, it's Moneyball. Moneyball would be a great musical.
Moneyball, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
My dream musical, I think now, would be Les Mis. Ooh. I've never been in Les Mis. I grew up wanting to be Javert, but then I watched Hugh Jackman do Jean Valjean in the theater version in like 2012, 2013, whatever that was. And then I was like, oh man, that either one of those are dream roles. I love that show. It's my mom's favorite show. That's another reason why I'd want to be in it. That Les Mis for sure.
I would want to be in Les Mis, but I would just want to be a Jellicle cat in there and just be really throw a wrench in the works and ruin everything. Yeah.
Oh, on purpose.
Yes.
I was like, are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
You were in a different way.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna be Rum Tum Tugger. Just be like, I got plenty of food over here.
Rum Tum Tugger sounds like something Minotti would have made up.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's an insane thing to call anything, but so is everything in the musical Cats. So what are you gonna do?
That is the truth. That is the damn truth. At Blake Merritt 3205, any real insight for lack of big first and third party 2025 release dates or even 2026 games? Kit and Krista even seemed, and I quote, a little concerned in their direct reaction. Thank you. You're welcome. As we talked about in the previous segment, no, I think we're at an age now where companies will either release a game or announce the release date 2 to 3 months in, or just announce a game that's coming out 6 months from now, like in the case of Octopath Traveler 0 earlier today, December release date, first time we heard about it today. We don't really have that like Hollow Knight Silksong thing going on anymore with newer titles. So no, I think by the end of the year, you'll look back at how you felt right now and we're like, man, why were they just kind of like edging us? Why couldn't they just do this? Because all these games came out.
Yeah, I like let's get through Gamescom, see what happens there. But I'm like lack of big first and third party 2025 release dates. I don't know. We went over those release dates during Game Us Mornings this morning with Lexi, and like October's got like 10 big games in it. I don't know. There's a lot. Is it like a level above the stuff that's been announced? I guess there's not a million things on the level of Cyberpunk out there, but the industry doesn't make a lot of those anymore. So I guess I'm just not expecting them.
You also have to remember Grand Theft Auto 6 influenced a lot of this.
100%. Yeah.
So now that it's out of 2025, you may see some teams pivot. And if they can move their projects up into 2025, do it. And maybe that's why they were holding off on releasing their launch dates. There's a whole mess of things. I'm not, again, like you said, a whole game mess of things. Sorry, that just came to me. Gamescom and then the following Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, we're not that far from that.
I'll start to be uneasy.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it's the Wednesday after Labor Day or even the week after that, if those two things pass, I'll start to be concerned. And then if Tokyo Game Show passes too, and we're still like, where are these games? Then I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah, but if there's so many games coming in this moment that I'm already kind of like, I'm good. I don't share this sentiment overall.
Sure. At Rick Grayson, I think, sorry, with Sony showing a new focus on multi-console releases, especially multiplayer games, do you see Marvel Tokon coming out for the other consoles?
All right. I didn't think about the fact that that's like is Sony publishing
PS5,
that game?
PC. They are. Okay. Arc is developing and Sony is publishing. I could definitely see that being a game that they send to both consoles. And
the fighting game fans already bought PlayStations, right? Like they don't need to sell PlayStations to fighting game fans, I don't think. So what is the harm of putting it on Switch, even Xbox? I think it's zero. I think it's literally zero harm to their bottom line, putting that thing out everywhere eventually, obviously not day one.
Yeah. And listen, they're going to sell it to the fighting game fans on PS5 because that's where most of them are. And they're going to sell it to the fighting game fans like me who own multiple consoles, who is going to want to buy it on every goddamn thing because he can't help himself. Yeah. You're going to get multiple purchases from people.
Right.
So yeah, it would be a fantastic Switch 2 game.
Yep.
It really would.
I think everything ends up on Switch 2 almost assuredly.
Yeah, but Xbox, who knows?
Who knows?
But if there even is a console. But yeah, I do think that they'll eventually put Marvel Tokon other places. Maybe like a year of exclusivity, 6 months, something like that, but who knows?
Yep.
Hey, Jeff, and might not be Minotti. Jeff, have you heard anything? Oh, wait. M. Obama 5782. I did not say your name. There it is. Hey, Jeff, and might not be Minotti. Jeff, have you heard anything else about what Creative Assembly is working on? Still holding out hope for Total Warhammer 40K. Long live Philadelphia, Go Beards.
Yeah, God. Let me double check real quick. I'm going to just do a quick Google search to see if this has popped up anywhere. I think it has. Let's see here. Creative Assembly and blah, blah. Yeah, this is what I heard a couple years back that Total War is working on a Star Wars strategy game. And then that rumor did pop up somewhere after I heard that. So I think that's what they're doing. Have I heard anything since then? No, I haven't been looking. I haven't really dug around. That was the team doing Hyenas, right? And Hyenas got canceled. I bet they're doing follow-ups to all like their main Total War series. Probably yes, Warhammer, Total War Hammer, and then this Star Wars game, which I think could be a really good fit. That seems like the kind of thing where that's a good match of IP and gameplay style, where it's like that game can probably sell significantly more with an attachment to Star Wars without the expectation that it needs to sell to every Star Wars fan, because of course it's not. It's a strategy game.
Right. I feel like people who played Total War may have already played it with Duel of the Fates blaring in the background anyway.
Yeah.
So, seems like a perfect fit.
And that's right. They're also making Alien Isolation 2, although that's like years and years away, right? They started that relatively recently. I forgot too. That's exciting.
By the way, the Total Warhammer 40K distinction makes sense because we haven't got one of those.
Right. They did Total War Warhammer.
Warhammer, regular Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Yes, old-timey Warhammer and 40K. They haven't done 40K, which it will be pretty cool now. Sorry.
What about 2 through 39,999?
Okay, I'm going to ban him. All right. God damn it.
Yeah, you gotta read a bunch of books for that one.
I'm so sorry. I know that joke is low hanging fruit. My brother's huge into Warhammer, so I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, well, now that 40K is huge, that's why it would be cool if they do one of those.
Oh, I agree with you that it makes a ton of sense for sure.
Another perfect fit. Yeah. At Willow Davis, she Grubb Menotti till I mess.
Yeah.
Thank you for your contribution to this wonderful show.
Thanks for your money.
At M Obama 5782, she mess on my grub till I Menotti.
Okay.
I need to know the sound effect that is Menottiing. I need to know that.
Christian,
sound
you got
effect.
something? You want to go to the soundboard real quick? Do you have anything in there?
Let me see.
Yeah, take your time.
It has to be this one.
That's it.
Thank you.
Holy shit, that's it. Oh, that boy Jerry checking in. Really enjoyed Lexi et al. Subbing in, entertaining. They're hella excellent. Finelli is superb too. Oh, Jerry.
It was a fun talk over. It was a really good time. Can you believe that was like less than a year ago that we did that? I cannot believe that direct was this morning. Actually, I'm losing my mind a little bit.
Yeah, it was more than 12 hours ago at this point. And that, so I actually read this one. I'm going to read it again just to put it in super chats. And they had 2 more that I'm going to combine into one big super chat, if you don't mind here. At Harrow for Life. This may not be read, but I would recommend you read what Collective Shout is and what they do. As a child abuse survivor, they have been instrumental in protecting women and children from abuse. They petitioned Steam and Itch to remove rape and incest games and do not have an issue with porn games as long as it does not involve abuse. Just want to say that I love you guys. I don't disagree with that.
I mean, but the proof is in the pudding, though. We know what happened here because there was that one game, I can't remember its name, that was the offending rape game, and Itch removed that kind of right away. And Valve eventually removed it. It took them a little bit longer. They do have a much more laissez-faire attitude about that sort of thing, which I think is always worth like holding their feet to the fire on that. I'm like, yeah, you should let everything in. And then I see a game like that. And I'm like, well, not everything, obviously. That game wasn't on there when all this stuff actually started going down. I think that if they already achieved the goal of having that game removed, that specific game, and yet they still went for it, and now all these other games are getting caught in the crossfire. Well, I mean, the effect is what matters, not the intent. I mean, that's what we always try to teach people, right? It's like what the consequences of your action is what's actually important, not the good intentions. So the fact that people who are trying to make a livelihood from making smut, like we can call it what it is, that's fine. But they deserve to make a living too, and selling their games to consenting adults. And if you want to try to improve the protections that children have, like I said, I was willing to let's have a little bit of a conversation about maybe we shouldn't let people buy 18 rated games with gift cards that they could buy with cash that they go and get from CVS as a kid or something like that. Yeah, I think maybe putting that protection in place makes sense. But you have to be 18 to have a credit card, so you have to either have a parent's permission or you have to have a credit card yourself. And I just think the credit card companies stepping in is still a line far too far across what is acceptable here. But I agree with you 100%. I still really appreciate this insight, though. Like hearing this is like very helpful. Yes, thank you, Harold.
Yeah, because as they're an Australian group, so we don't know much about them.
Right.
And if they are doing good work, I would like to know more about that than this.
Yep, definitely.
If there is good work being done, I would like to give them their flowers instead of just throw these darts at them. Because here they're wrong. They just are. At JEDemus 4, I love the Direct, but I'm also a big fan of Octopath and HD 2D, so I was well served. Plus, in Japan, they announced Dragon Quest III is getting a free Switch 2 patch, which is out now. Plus, they also had, thank you for the super chat, they also had a trailer for 1 and 2 HD.
Yeah, they did.
And I have a complaint. Why the fuck are you showing different things to different regions? I hate that shit.
They've done that just always. It's so weird. I don't know how they decide that.
It's
one
so
way or the
weird.
Other. Yeah.
And they do it in sometimes they show the same things, but in different orders. Classic 1, Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Collection, was in the Japan Direct before it was in the American Direct. So I had that shit spoiled for me. I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Just put all the same stuff in. I mean, if there's Japan region specific games, like I don't expect to see a Choaniki game, let's say, in an American Direct. That's never going to happen. But like, come on, help us out here with games that are more universal, please.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
so. Datboy Jerry's got apparently he coded a message in his super chat. He says, "Please read the beginning of each word." And is it? Are we the first letter? Do you mean? Because it's RELEASE. So release, THE, the LIST. Release the
release the list.
All right, cool, good show.
Here come Dat Boy. Oh shit, what up?
That was good. That was fun. It was the LIST were like kind of a little bit more scrambled than the other ones, so it was a little bit more difficult, and that just actually made the unintentional comedic timing of that very good, Dat Boy. So
just because I almost said release the fist, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? But the L in my name was sacred.
We got there.
I don't know if this is Zaki or Zacy, but I'm going to say Zaki.
No one knows.
Zaki. Play Metal Gear Solid 2. I already did. I did it in high school. Oh shit, Grubb! I'm going to ban you from your own show.
I love Metal Gear Solid 1 so much, and then I did the thing I always do where when the first game and the second game have different characters, I become a little bit less interested and I put it to the side. I did that with you in like Donkey Kong Country 2. And right, yeah. So I played Donkey Kong Country 2 recently and like loved it. But I always knew I would like Metal Gear Solid 2. I've played Metal Gear Solid 1 and I've played Metal Gear Solid 5, and I love both of those. So eventually I'm going to find some way to like, I think just stream through playing all of them on my own channel, but it's hard to find time.
I'm going to need you to stream Delta.
Yes.
Because 3 is my favorite.
That probably is the right move here, is to get through 2 right now and then play Delta. Okay. Might make it happen.
Yeah. So funny story about 2. I first finished it when I was in high school. I played it when it came out, or just after it came out. And I loaded up my save at 9:00 on a Sunday night in the summertime. I was at the Harrier fight. For those who have played it, I was at the fight against the Harrier. I then finished the game that evening, right? So I was up till 3 or 4 in the morning. I just finished the game outright. I wanted to be done it. Without spoiling anything, there's a point in that game where things go nuts and your codec calls go weird and your screen goes nuts. I thought I was genuinely hallucinating because at one point you get this codec call that tells you to turn the game off because it's late. And it was actually late for me, and I just about jumped out of my skin, but I pressed on. It's one of the defining moments of my gaming life. You should play Metal Gear Solid 2.
I'm going to make it happen. I'll do it.
Yeah. That works a lot if you play the first one too, because in the first one, Psycho Mantis kind of fucks with your save and stuff. So like, if you know that, it lends like realism to like, do these motherfuckers know something about me or what's going on? So
yep,
that
was such a good moment.
At Brian X1, it's 0000X1. Thoughts on Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe version? Replayed it recently, and it might be one of my favorite games. New content is especially great. Blind spot for me, so go for it, Grubb.
Yeah, I played a little bit of this, but I watched. I think it was Voidburger did a video on this on Giant Bomb, and I watched that, and it really won me over. I was like, I should play this. So yeah, it seems like the way that it commentates on itself and on games is quite impressive. So yeah, definitely people should check that out.
Absolutely. At Otteries, let's say 63. I am so sorry. Grubb. J Blow said Witness/Island was partly inspired by Myst. In the keep by an overturned ash cart is a hidden Myst falling man logo. Can't wait for Ribbon.
Yeah, I mean, even at the time, having never played Myst, I could just tell The Witness was one of those games inspired by that. I think Witness is my most the largest gap between my appreciation for the game and my appreciation for the man who made it. I guess it's a chasm.
Yeah, so I knew. I had heard before that Jonathan Blow was partly inspired by Myst. I am also a Patreon supporter of the venerable H Bomber guy.
Oh yeah.
And if you have a Patreon subscription to him, he has an exclusive video on his Patreon where it's an hour and 40-minute Myst review in his style. And he talks about how Jonathan Blow was partially inspired by Myst and how that just proves that he didn't understand Myst. Oh. Because he got the wrong impression from it. So I will if I have that link laying around here somewhere, if you want to watch it.
I would, I'd love to. Yeah, I support him as well. I've never watched that. I do wonder what impression people get from The Witness, because people played The Witness, and I think saw a couple of the videos early on and assumed that was the thesis of the game, and it's not. But whatever, I'm not here to protect or defend Jonathan Blow. Whatever, you can go to hell.
Sure. At Cody Bishop 7526, new RoboCop DLC is GOAT. I loved Rogue City. I thought it was a nice guilty pleasure games, and I've been meaning to get to the DLC, so I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, this made me want to go back and like really play Rogue City. When that game was out, I was like on vacation, and everyone else at Giant Bomb was covering it. So I'm like, I'll handle some other stuff, and I'll go back. Never did. This DLC happened. He was like, I should go back to the original game. And then I heard the DLC is okay, but some people seem to love it. So if I'm super into it, now I have even more to play.
And I believe the DLC is called Unfinished Business, which just fits. It fits. Yeah, look at that. At Cody Bishop 7526, back again. So we should remove all uncomfortable scenes from movies. This reminds me of fundamental Christian groups trying to ban LGBTQ movies in the 70s. It is very much.
It is a moral panic. Yes, this is another moral panic.
It is a moral panic. It's the same guy who got in the 80s, in the late 80s, made it so that radio and television wasn't protected by the FCC because he heard something on the radio that he didn't like. And he happened to be a pastor in Mississippi with a big fucking mouth. And for some reason, the FCC listened to him, even though he could have just as easily turned back to his Christian rock station or turned the damn thing off. But no, that's what he did. And we're just right in the same goddamn place we always are. It's very frustrating. I wish these people would get a goddamn life. Anyway, at Blake Merritt 3205, back again. Should have specified my release date super chat was for S2, Switch 2 specifically. Yeah. I have way too much to play on PS5. I just want my next Switch 2 games to look forward to. MP4, Metroid Prime 4 with the eyes emoji. Yes, that is the one.
That's the big question. I think that's the reason people have some anxiety around the Switch 2 is because what's going on with Metroid Prime 4? And I think the reality is that game's just coming out in November or December, so Nintendo doesn't feel an urgency to announce the release date yet. We all feel it, but Nintendo's like, guys, it's not coming out too much later. Chill out. And I think that's all there is to it, really.
I will put a prediction right now, right in this very minute, that Metroid Prime 4 will release for the Nintendo Switch 2 on the 21st of November. It is the Friday before Black Friday, and that's where they like to release their biggest games of the year. It's where they've released Mario games traditionally. I think that's where it's going to be.
I say November 20th because Nintendo releases games on Thursdays now.
Or you just like to play the Price is Right and one up me.
That too. So yeah, exactly. If you go over, you automatically lose. Yeah.
You're loose.
Yep.
At Marcus077A. Hell yeah, Jeff. Play MGS2. Penis.
You know what's incredible
that was
there
a long one.
Is that you said that correctly because you said penis because there was a little break in the microphone, just like there is in the super chat. So that's pretty impressive. That just shows your theater skills there a little bit.
There it is. Admittedly, the microphone broke when the brim of my hat hit the thing. I didn't do that on turn.
Even more perfect. That's just serendipity. I am going to play this game. I've always intended to play this game, so I will.
Dan H4.4471. Kitchen Dan is happy to see the rise of Jason Finelli. Go Birds.
Hey, shouts out to Kitchen Dan. That's a good name.
Kitchen Dan. I like that a lot.
Kitchen Dan, you should write it more often. I want to hear what the stories of Kitchen Dan.
Kitchen Dan. At Michael R. O'Leary, just throwing it out there that Jason is a great hang in an Uber when you're leaving the GB house and headed to the JW.
I believe it.
That is great to hear that I did not embarrass myself or fall asleep. Those things have happened more than once. At Chucktowski, some stranger checking in on in the last super chat here. The penis P3N1S messages are my fault. I'm sorry for leaving this mushroom stamp on your venerable podcast. I don't think they would have it any other way. I certainly wouldn't as a guest of the show. And Chuck, if that's your legacy, well done, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the longer lasting community jokes, and it won't go away. So I'll accept it. Looks like we got one more super chat, and we'll do this one, and then we'll take a break.
Oh, at JD-Camp, Finelli versus Bacalar and Wheel of Fortune. Who wins?
That's such a good idea, actually. Like to play one of the video game Wheel of Fortunes and make Bacalar play. Okay.
Come get this work, Bacalar. Wheel of Fortune Family Edition. And my mom will verify this. Wheel of Fortune Family Edition on NES taught me to read.
Really? That's awesome. One thing I want to do on Giant Bomb has always been surprise competition. Like just be like, hey, Bacalar, Dan, Mike, I need to see you guys in Discord real quick. You guys have like an hour, and like not tell them that suddenly they're on a stream and they're playing a game and they have to compete against one another. I want to do that, but we're all very busy right now, so it's been hard to set up. But maybe the first one should be you're waiting for them as the Wheel of Fortune champion, and they all have to take you down. And this could be Bacalar's moment to prove himself better than the rest of these Wheel of Fortune schlubs.
You know what you call that segment?
Please tell me what.
Flash bomb.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it. Okay, I'll get to work, everybody. I got. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it real. Going to my Trello. There we go. Grubb.
Oh, Trello! What a cool guy!
Flash
fancy
bomb.
Man with the Trello.
And then out here, I'm gonna write down, I'm a fancy man and a cool guy. All right, there we go. All right.
That is the last one for now. Yeah, go
thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to do our special segment of the week, Mount Rushmore of video game ballers, video game athletes in any form, the most famous, most important, most emblematic dudes and ladies of that concept. We'll come back and talk about that right after this.
Breaker room. All right.
Look at him managing projects. What do the chat says?
Parsec makes it very doable, Grubb. Chuck, you know how I'm feeling about Parsec right now. It keeps breaking on me. Now it's probably my computer's fault, but we'll see.
You want to set up that? You want to set up the podcast producers?
Yeah. I got it. I was kind of getting it all set up in the background a little bit. I just got to actually bring it into the scene. Let me make sure the tab is muted.
I know your brain.
Yep, we're getting there.
Oh man, Patman 683 level 10 campfire.
Yep.
I'm jealous.
I know. I want to have time to play that game. I could just force that onto UPF this week.
You have to. Fireside chat.
Yeah,
UPF. Come on, man.
Too good.
Writes itself.
Okay, game is going to be this. Yes, this opera window. Okay. Let me make this big for a second.
I don't know how to.
Tell you what is happening in my house right now, Christian, is I don't know if you've actually seen this movie. Maybe you have at this point. My kid will not stop singing the soundtrack to K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes.
Hell yeah.
She's just like humming it to herself and singing. And she's got like a really good voice. Like she's a much better singer than I am in terms of like keeping a tune. And so it's like, oh, this is like pleasant to hear her singing this. So pretty good.
Yes,
You know,
it's good.
you know, my kids running around the house singing.
What's that?
Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, please.
Oh, zebra,
Yeah!
zebra.
That's playing on my head on repeat.
Yeah, oh God, it's so good. That song is so good.
Best
of the Five Bonanzas, but the second best song in the game, and I will not spoil the first one. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Man, it's an all right ending. I think it's pretty okay. Okay. Let's see here. There's that. Let me just make sure I have it so I can scroll. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Here, wait. I'll try and do that
Team.
pose coming back. Here we go. Ready? Oh, no, that's not happening.
Actually, you know what? Let me get a drive thing up in the sheets as well.
Drive sheets.
Drive sheets. There we go. There's that.
Get that Opera GX baby. That gamer browser going on.
Gamer browser's here to save our lives. Thankfully. Okay. Let me kind of frame it up a little bit better than that.
I'm gonna be soul saying the rest of the night. Sorry, guys. Shouldn't have done that.
Zebra. I've been watching a lot of anime without the subs.
What does that mean? You're just like
I'm practicing Japanese.
Okay, yeah, okay, very cool.
Oh, cool.
I've been trying after 35 years, I decided to finally learn the language of the stuff that I watch the most, which is anime. Which is, maybe it's a long time coming.
Okay.
Sorry,
what do you like right now, Christian?
Right now, I'm watching it's pretty dark stuff, but it's Takopi's Original Sin. It's like a really sad anime. I wouldn't recommend that to people if you like. And yeah, the Summer Hiraku Dies. I really like that, and the usual like the big stuff like Dan Kaiju number 8 and that stuff. But
sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a fucking dweeb.
Let's bring it back. I'm good to go over here. All right.
All right. Bring him back. What is going on in chat? Okay, bring him back.
All right, we're back. We are going to do our special segment. It is the Mount Rushmore Video Game Ballers, as I explained. Jason Finelli, I figured like, hey, we like sports. And I like sports video games. I figured you probably played enough sports video games. Also, like at a certain point, the people that are going to go up on the Mount Rushmore of Video Game Ballers, like most people have played the games that contain those characters. Like there's a lot of just obvious ones, I think. But I'm ready to talk this out and see if there's any surprises. Do you want to like lay out any ideas of like what this should mean? Do you have like in your heart of hearts, like what kind of character should be on the Mount Rushmore of Video Game Ballers?
So I think there's two ways you can go about this. You can go with famous real world athletes who tore shit up in the video games they were in.
Yep.
And I think you can go with original video game characters who are also playing a certain sport. Like when we get to the podcast producers, the very first thing that came up, I think, is a brilliant selection. I don't know if it's going to make the Mount Rushmore, but I think saying Tidus from Final Fantasy X, who played Blitzball.
Oh, that's fun.
People wouldn't think that, but it's a great idea because Blitzball is a very cool part of that game, a good side game in that game. And I think that's so we can be of two ways here. I don't think we're going to make two different Mount Rushmores. I think we're going to have to cut it down to 4. Yep. But if we get 2 from one side and 2 from the other side, I think that's a good marriage.
It could work out that way. It's going to be challenging because there's just going to be so many big names from the real world. I think that will take a lot of space. And there's even like a couple from dedicated sports games that aren't real that I think have a chance of being in there. But where should we start, in your opinion?
Oh, we should start with Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I think Bo Jackson kind of is just going to be a tough one. I mean, he's the George Washington of this category. I really do think he is that. This is Bo Jackson from Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl. He's been both, right? But he's definitely in Tecmo Bowl. Bo Jackson was unstoppable in those games, and to the point where it became like a meme before there were memes of people just being like, yeah, you plays Bo Jackson and you just run over everybody.
You just win.
And you just win. He was literally unstoppable in a lot of senses in that game. And I think, so when people think of a video game sports superstar, most people do still say Bo Jackson first, to the point where, I'll go there real quick. Dan Fiasco says Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl, the greatest of all time. That was the first response from the community when we asked them for their input, as it should be. I think that's correct.
Yes.
Correct.
I have a feeling now we're just choosing 3 slots at this point. I think the first one's pretty much locked down.
Yeah, I think so.
I really do.
As well. I had a list of stuff here. Let me grab it real quick. Just help me with my faulty memory.
Is it on Trello?
It's not on Trello. It's I keep this stuff in Keep, so I'm going to search for it real quick. List of There's one. Hang on, let me get to this. Okay. From Backyard Baseball. What is his name?
Yeah.
Pablo
Sanchez.
Pablo Sanchez, I think, is actually another one that has a really strong chance of being on this final list.
That guy is an absolute monster. It's in Backyard in general, but Pablo Sanchez is the one when you think of Backyard Baseball. Recent people who have played Backyard Baseball may not think that, especially if you watch GDQ. If you have not watched the Backyard Baseball at GDQ, I highly recommend you do so. It is fantastic. But yes, Pablo Sanchez is absolutely undeniable as part of the video game creation baller. I think that it's going to be another hard one to knock down.
Right. He was like so much better than all the other characters in the game. Like that's like the whole idea. And then that carried over to a lot of other Backyard games, but definitely Backyard Baseball was his heyday for sure.
Yes. Now, going back to real people in crazy video games, this one might be a tough sell because of real world reputation. But I think Michael Vick from Madden 2004 is also a crazy pick. Yeah,
so Michael Vick is definitely the next one I was thinking of as well. And now, yes, the reputation is he got put in prison for dog fighting, actually fighting literal dogs. He sure did. My stance on this often is if you don't ever want to forgive someone, I don't think I forgive him, but if you don't ever want to forgive someone for doing something like that, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. At the same time, someone does something illegal, goes to prison, does their prison term, comes out, and doesn't do it again. I try to lean in the direction of not necessarily forgiveness, but the ability to believe in rehabilitation to a certain degree. Sure. And so it's like I don't want to pretend they don't exist if they do their time after like doing the crime. So I think that's gonna. I might draw a line there between Michael Vick and Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson's crime is a little bit more heinous even than that. So yes. Michael Vick is on the okay side of this line, I think. And if you get mad at me, I understand. Yeah. So Michael Vick is up there for now. He was just so dominant in that game, and it made it. Yeah. It was broken, but in the way that like Bo Jackson was broken, but for 3D Madden football games, and that means it was really fun. And a really different way to play that game to the point where it's like that was one year's game was Michael Vick was everything. And then the next year's game, we're like, defense is back, guys. We're going to do defense again in Madden. It's a different game than last year. I remember thinking like, oh, that's very funny. I go, we have to pay attention to defense now after making offense so much fun in that game.
Yeah. And it was fascinating in the Amazon documentary. It's in the game to hear them talk about that era of Madden and how it was a complete mistake that happened, and it just went off on like this crazy the competitive scene was completely dominated by him. It was just a wild time. So I would understand the apprehension if he gets knocked off, but I do think he needs to be in consideration.
Yeah, I'm trying I got like a bunch of guys kind of in the same place of like. Okay, so Bo Jackson, clearly just outstanding in the real world, but in a video game because his character was so overpowered. Same with Michael Vick. There are like a couple of people who had like so many video games dedicated to themselves. And that's like Ken Griffey Jr. and Kobe Bryant and a couple others. But maybe those are the two that come to mind first for me. Do you have anyone else like in that category that you would consider?
I know it's ballers, but are we considering sports?
Yeah, just all
sports. All sports?
All sports, yes.
Wayne Gretzky.
Well, yeah, Wayne Gretzky, yes. Okay, yes. 3D hockey.
Nintendo 64 hockey games.
Yes, those were really well done.
Yep. He was absolutely out of his gourd in that game.
Right, yeah. So it's like those are I think there would be those three I would consider for that spot. And not that spot is guaranteed to get on the Mount Rushmore. But like of those three, I think I might lean towards Ken Griffey, but that's definitely some bias of playing a lot of those games as a kid.
No, I think that's the one too. I think even if you were to ask someone who hasn't played games in a long time, after Bo Jackson and even Michael Vick, who's next? And it would be Ken Griffey. So no, I would be with you on that one there. I'm going to stick with baseball here for a second, and I'm going to name someone who it technically fits both sides of this argument, and I'll explain why. The name is John Dowd. Okay, John Dowd, Jondowd. He was dominant in MVP Baseball 2005. He is the stand-in for Barry Bonds. Because Barry Bonds wanted to license his own likeness and did not allow them to use him in their game. So John Dowd, who was a producer on the MLB Baseball 2005 game, they used his name with this generic player. And what happened in MLB in 2004, which is what MVP 2005 took its inspiration from? What happened that year? Do you remember?
That sounds about the time that we were getting a home run chase. Is that what you're talking about?
73 home runs from one Barry Bonds.
Yep.
So he comes into this game as the best hitter in the league, and it's not even him.
Yep.
But John Dowd, MLB 2005. That's like a dark horse, sort of like slip under the radar.
But I like hearing that. I didn't realize that's what they did for that game. I didn't play that game. But there's a lot of examples of that. Like Michael Jordan very infrequently allowed himself to be licensed for video games. So there was often stand-ins for him. I think it was was there a stand-in Philly quarterback in Super Tecmo Bowl? I feel like it was just QB Eagles.
QB Eagles.
Yeah.
QB Eagles. It was Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yes. And he was actually pretty excellent in that game.
Yeah, he was. It was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, 90% of the people in like the past day, the winning 11 days were just all stand-ins because for football players you couldn't get any likeness. So that the old days people reminds like Maradona wouldn't did it, so they have a random guy every time. There was just him, just a different name. Mr. Stace.
Christian, I want to while we have you talking here, I do want to ask you, is there a standout like Lionel Messi in a game? Like, he just completely dominates this game?
Well, Lionel Messi for sure, but I would say, like iconic. I think iconic. I remember from like the cover of the game for FIFA. It was for Winning 11. It was Thierry Henry. I remember it's just in my eyelids. I close my eyes and I see that cover.
Yes, I know what you're talking about for that one. Yeah, Henry. Yeah.
And he's like, he's one of the greatest of all times. But like in that game, I remember that game. That game being that game, and him being in that game. It's just so many good memories. It's like of a time.
I'm gonna put Wayne Gretzky back up here, actually. Let's see. Wayne Gretzky's gonna be the hockey player. It's like people are mentioning Mario Lemieux for NHL '94. He dominated that, and that's true. But that game was just all around great. You could play a lot of teams in there and have a really good time, including as the LA Kings with Wayne Gretzky, and it would be fantastic. Yeah. Or I think they might have had a Gretzky stand-in, but still. All right. Do you have anything else? Yeah. Anyone else you want to throw up there?
Do we put Tiger Woods?
Yes, I think we probably do put Tiger Woods up there. In fact, I think he stands a pretty decent chance of making the Final Four. He's so like he dominated an entire multiple generations of a sports game genre that was relatively huge at that time. And it's like you kind of can't imagine golf games without Tiger Woods.
Right.
Datboy Jerry says Brock Lesnar in every wrestling game. I'm not gonna put Brock Lesnar on any of our lists. Sorry,
but he was nuts, and here comes the pain. That is definitely true. So, another person brings up in chat, Pokey9513 brings up fighting baseball. Do you know about this?
No, what's fighting baseball?
One of the baseball games was when it was sent over to Japan. They used a Japanese game designer had to make up a bunch of American names.
Oh,
so
right.
These are some of
Bobson Dugnut. Yeah, I love every single one of these names.
Mike Truck, Sleeve McDykel.
Sleeve McDykel is my best one. Yes, that's my favorite.
I've always been partial to Anatoly Smorin.
That's awesome. Very good. I'm gonna get a Sleeve McDykel jersey. In fact, we should sell Sleeve McDykel jerseys in the Giant Bomb store.
Is that like a name from that Kid Field kid? When
A little bit like that list, that roster of names sounds a lot like the Key and Peele sketch, but for like what Japanese people thought white names were in the 80s, which is a very funny concept.
This one is Scott, and the last name is spelled like Bork, like Ray Bork, but it's the letter D in the beginning, so it's Scott Dork.
Scott Dork,
awesome.
yeah. I think people also looked. I think a lot of these names are like one-off from hockey players. They like took North American hockey players and adapted their names and changed them slightly. And they changed like the wrong letters in a lot of cases. Yeah.
And basketball players. There's Raul Chamberlain.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh man, that's good stuff. Okay, let's talk about a couple others real quick. Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk's just kind of like an iconic athlete for the entire extreme sports genre. Kicked off the extreme sports genre, which was bigger than a lot of other sports games for a very, very long time. And he's also now stood the test of time by being able to come back and recapture a lot of that magic. I think he's close. I think he's up worthy of consideration. I'm going to put him on the short list.
Yep, I'm fine with that. I feel like we might need to, because we have a lot of real people. I think we might start thinking of. Well,
okay, let's get maybe the silly one out of the way. Mario, because Mario's got a game for every sport except for hockey. So
that's true.
So like maybe one of the greatest ballers of all time when you consider it.
Yeah, he's been bowling for almost 40 years now.
I guess
we kind of have to put him on there.
I'm not putting Mario on the Mount Rushmore of video game ballers.
But I think there's a better Nintendo representative.
Oh, who do you have?
That's Wii Sports Matt.
Wait.
The bald. I think he's African American. The bald black boxer.
Oh, right. Okay.
With the mustache.
Yeah,
who would just whip your ass at the hardest levels of Wii boxing. That might be Wii Sports Matt. Might be one to consider.
Was it one or two T's in Wii Sports Matt? I'm gonna go.
I think it's Matt. I would do Matt 2 T's and then in parentheses Wii Sports. I think would be the best.
I like Wii Sports Matt. That's even better.
Wii Sports Matt.
Yeah, that's like his full legal name. That's a good point. Willow Davis. Waluigi was literally made for a sports game. He was made for Mario Tennis. So Wario would have a doubles partner. People are also
true.
You know what? We got.
Can you write it down and then delete it right away?
Let's see. You know what happened, Christian? I just forgot who we were even talking about. That's how much I've deleted them from my brain. So let's go to check the Discord real quick. We'll just get a couple of inputs here. Okay.
Sure.
The Switchwolf 5 says Daisy. There. Look. Wii Sports Matt. Right there.
There you go.
From Matt Lauren. Okay. Maybe there's a chance. Tommy Pencils, as he is wont to do, says Leisure Suit Larry from Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Oh, yeah. There
God.
You go. Hammond of Texas says Discman from Windjammers 2. Oh, hell yeah. Man, look at this dude.
Oh, look at him. Look at that Venture Bro villain looking.
Yeah, bro, that's exactly what he looks like. Input name here says a decked out Honda Civic from Civic Type R. Okay, wait. I know I got it. Hang on. Here we go.
Can we get Yaris?
Yeah, that's literally what I'm writing right now is Toyota Yaris. All right, we're on the same wavelength. Screaming Madden does say Michael Vick from Madden 04 is up there with Bo Jackson for most OP football players in gaming. That's right. Matt says 2K16 Steph Curry literally forced them to change how 3-point baskets were calculated. That's wow. There's probably a world in which he does make it on this list. Villain Mac.
It's a world, but we pay more attention to basketball. And
exactly.
Unfortunately,
Villain Max is Augustus Cole. Oh right. Oh, Coltrane.
Coltrane, baby.
Coltrane. Woo-hoo! That's a pretty good one.
That's a great one.
Okay, I'm gonna write him down. Let's see here.
Every time we talk about him, back when I worked in gaming retail, the one of the guys we would work with would always bring up terrible Terry Tate, office linebacker. You killed it, Joe. You make some mo. He would like slam the guy.
Oh, Golden Wonder.
Not Kurt Schilling.
Wonderworld says Kurt Schilling. who
Ugh.
made video games and has the Ars Technica story here about his failures. Blazing Noah says Tiger Woods. That sounds about right.
Yep.
James Pye says Glover, who is literally bouncing a basketball. A fantastic baller. Ali Miracle says Congo. Congo is a secret character in NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Oh, right, the monkey. I remember people unlocking this character.
Now, we did not mention the multitude of secret characters in NBA Jam. Does
Bill
Mark
Clinton?
Turmel make this list?
Yeah.
Bill, you want to talk about not being forgiven? You're going to put Bill Clinton on this list?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. He should go right to the top. We forgive you, Bill Clinton. No, yeah.
No, Bill Clinton kid. That just there caveat.
No, yeah. Go ahead. You're going to say something.
No. Go ahead. Keep going.
Leica Dillon says Griff of Griffball fame. Fair enough. Okay. Keywork says literally NBA ballers. Is
Stephon Marbury?
Yeah, Stephon Marbury. Right. What was the one that had Chauncey Billups on the cover? Was that in one of the NBA Showtime games? I can't remember. I thought it was.
Maybe. Let me see. Chauncey.
Christian,
I should have had that ready for Detroit Brain over here.
Christian, who is this? What am I looking at?
Oh, what's his name? Oh, you kidding me? I like Pokemon, but I'm not a.
Yeah.
It's Gary / Blue from Pokemon. It's your first rival.
Blue?
Okay. What makes him a baller?
Okay. Yeah.
He throws Pokeballs.
Oh my God! All right. Warden Cliff says Pablo Sanchez. There it is. Zool. Oh, is that Beef Tank? Wait, is Beef Tank from what's his name's series? What is Beef Tank from? I don't
know, but I love the name.
Is that John Boyce's character? I think that's.
I don't know. Is it John Boyce? So cool.
Yeah, I like Beef Tank a lot.
Beef Tank. Oh, I like Beef Tank a whole lot.
From Breaking Madden. Yes, Breaking Madden's fantastic. Okay, yeah.
I watch a lot of Secret Base with John Boy, but I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay, Tan says Cactuar, my favorite basketball player. Yeah, that's right. This is DS 3-on-3 basketball game. Low Rule has the cover art character from Drag and Drive. There it is. Clink's got Jockey Wilson from Jockey Wilson's Compendium of Darts, which has the best cover art of all time.
Holy shit.
Domino Crossing has Mario. There you go. Dunking in NBA Street Volume 3. He's been in everything. Ezipsis is Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes B-Ball on Super Nintendo, but no Goku rules, which doesn't make any sense because there's a lot of Gokus on here, but if you're a real sports athlete, and I guess this doesn't matter. No, no Goku rules don't apply here. This one just feels like cheating because it's a movie adaptation.
Right. You forgot a line there.
And then he says, "What other sports game allow you to cream pie opponents?"
Well,
Always be clothing / corgi. Also says Mario, and that does it from the community input. Okay, so we have our short list. It is Bo Jackson, Pablo Sanchez.
Community.
Michael Vick, Ken Griffey Jr., John Dowd, Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, Tony Hawk, Wii Sports Matt, Toyota Yaris, and Augusta Coltrane.
Augustus Cole.
Augustus. That's what I meant. Augustus Coltrane. Okay, where do you? Let's just bold Bo Jackson. Let's do that.
Yeah, bold Bo Jackson, and you could probably bold Pablo too. Honestly.
Yes, that sounds right to me. Okay, so that means we have 2 slots left. What are you thinking, Jason Finelli?
And we have one of each real world person who dominated and video game created. So we are doing, if we're going for the 2 and 2. Oh God.
I can tell you one of the ones I'm liking right now is Cole.
Yeah,
I like Coltrane.
Coltrane.
Yeah, I like Coltrane.
Yeah, I like Coltrane. But I think I would put Wii Sports Mad above Coltrane.
Okay. I love that too. All right. Okay, that sounds good to me.
You know what I mean? Because Coltrane is a football player, but known for a shooter and being a crazy but Wii Sports Matt punch your face in boxing. It was sports.
Okay. Yeah, his creds are more real. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. If it's me, I'm saying, as much as Michael Vick was dominant in Madden, I think I like your Tony Hawk argument. So Tony Hawk and Wii Sports Matt.
Yeah, Tony Hawk is. I'm like trying to look at the. Yeah, it probably is Tony Hawk. God, he's so important to an entire genre of sports video games.
And if people give you a shit for not putting Michael Vick in, your argument for Tony Hawk is longevity.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to go away and come back. We can forgive him for Tony Hawk Ride.
Right. Yes. We forgive you, Tony Hawk, for what you've done, your crimes against gaming. I think Tiger Woods is close. I also think like King Griffin's pretty close, but yeah, it probably is Tony Hawk. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Tony Hawk.
Okay, so
some idiots could be like, Tony Hawk doesn't ball.
We just mean athletes. That's all we're talking about here, everybody.
Yeah, if you somebody just did. Eric G. What ball is skateboard though? Stop it.
No, Rushmore of video.
We gave Jason a gun on the chat, so be careful what you say to him, okay?
Yeah, I have an army pointed at chat right now. Okay, there we go. So the Mount Rushmore of video game ballers: Tony Hawk, Wii Sports Matt, Bo Jackson, and Pablo Sanchez. Does that sound right to you, Jason Finelli?
Sounds great. The only request I would make is if you put this, when you put this on social media, add a line, honorable mention Toyota Yaris. Just to make people laugh.
Yep. Honorable.
But yeah, that's
Perfect.
I think that as soon as that's awesome. But no, I am happy with this list. We are leaving out a big one in Michael Vick, I think. I think that's going to be the one where people are like, what the hell are you talking about? But
it was close. He almost made it.
He would be the actual fifth.
And really, the reality is, it's like it's Bo Jackson again. It's the same thing I have with Bo Jackson, and you're not Bo Jackson's George Washington on this list, and it's hard for you to be well, me too. You kind of cancel each other out a little bit, and then Bo Jackson gets the favor in that case.
Philly bias is not real pillow toilet. I would have put him on the list if I was biased.
Okay, Mount Rushmore. You know what? I'll do this while we're on the break. We are going to go on a break. We're going to come back, talk about what we've been playing. We're going to wrap up the super chats, and then we're going to get out of here. We'll be right back after this. All right, let me do this.
Anybody needs to use the potty?
Nah, I'm going to raw dog it.
It's your time. All right. Raw dogging it is.
Okay. Raw dog. And if you need to go, you can go.
There it is. There it is. There it is. All right. I think
I go where the podcast is going.
Yeah. You could just go away. We wouldn't notice.
Yes.
All right. I think we're ready to get back into it. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Beef Tank.
We are back, and we're celebrating Beef Tank here on Game S Decides with me, Jeff Grubb, and him, Jason Finelli. Jason, We'll get to the super chats here in a second. In the meantime, what have you been playing?
Wrapped up Donkey Kong Bonanza last weekend, and it ended fine. There was an ending. It was fine. It was all right. I don't think I think we're still in spoiler territory. So I don't think
it's a difficult game to spoil, though. So yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to get too much into it, but I highly suggest that if you're playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, you see it through.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I've just kind of been aimless. There's some things that I've been playing that I can't talk about for certain reasons. I've been looking for the next game to fill the Bonanza, like the game that I play. I think it's going to be Ragebound. I think that's going to be next for me.
Ragebound's very good. That's what I'm playing. Yeah.
I want to play that, and it'll lead right into Shinobi. So I'm really excited for that one. So we'll just play them both at the same time. I'm hearing that Ninja Gaiden's only about 12 hours long. I don't know how far you are into it.
It's actually kind of long for a retro throwback to an 8-bit era game.
Sure.
But everyone's saying it's like it actually flies by. So I can see that. It's got relatively quick levels. You're going to upgrade your character, and then the boss fights, I think, are going to be a little bit lengthy because they are difficult. And so I think it's going to be one of those ones where, like, all right, I overcame that. Can't wait to use all my new abilities, take on this next level, and oh, great, another tough boss fight. So yeah, 12 hours is where that game is sitting, according to most people right now.
That's cool. But yeah, I've really just been kind of aimless at the moment, just kind of covering stuff, waiting for Evo and just like getting into that scene, seeing who the big players are, looking at the couple of running stories that I'm getting into for that, but we can talk about that tomorrow on the mess. Or the other mess, I guess I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in that weird, like, just finished a game, waiting to pick up the next one. I want to play Clair Obscur. I really, really do. But I don't know if I want to play that on console or if I want to play it on Legion Go and bring it with me. It's not on Switch 2 yet. That was one of the big disappointments from today's Direct, that it didn't show up. So I do want to get that in before the end of the year, though, because I feel like I'm going to have to know about that for Game of the Year considerations. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure out time to play that. Plus, there's so much coming in August. We already talked about Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi. There's that Metal Gear Solid Delta waiting in the wings as well. Yeah, and that weird flux where waiting for things to happen, waiting for a new game to play, if I even bother with it until the next review game comes in. Because that is the difficulty. As we talked about earlier, like, we want to play a game that's in our backlog, but then the next game we have to talk about to stay current comes in, and we only have so much time. We're both family men with children.
Yep.
That time is very easily absorbed. So I just kind of sit here in this weird no current game purgatory until I finally decide, I'm going to play something.
Yeah, I got credits on Donkey Kong, kind of felt something similar, and it was like, all right, I'll get Expedition set up, and then as I was doing that, we were talking in a meeting, it's like, hey, everyone's going to be gone this week, we should try to do a Ninja Gaiden Ragebound Quick Look. I'm like, oh yeah, I could start playing that right now. I'm glad I did. It's very good. It is, it's one of the words I like to use for a game. I like snappy, like you just feel like you press the button and cool shit is happening immediately, and it leads into the next obvious move, and you just get into the flow of things. And I definitely notice it's a bad habit with games where I try to do the thing that isn't like the path of least resistance of, I'm just going to play simply and ensure that I'm going to be safe in this game. I'm like, I want to look and feel cool. And this game really facilitates that, really makes that part of the experience of jumping around. There's a huge iframe window for the roll, and so I'm constantly trying to dodge through attacks and stuff like that, and just feeling like a cool ass ninja. And it works. And then you get in the boss fights, and you have to learn the patterns, and it's a very, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, from soft coded for the boss fights, which is, I think, what I want from boss fights these days is just take that instruction set and apply it to your game as well. I almost wish the Donkey Kong bosses would have been more like that as well. It's bosses should maybe be more difficult, and then give a skip the boss option to people if they want, or a way where it tones it down if you want your game to be very friendly to people, and they could just select that from the menu or something like that. But Ninja Gaiden doesn't sort of it isn't meek about its bosses. It does get in your face, and they are challenging. I'm really enjoying that. The other thing that I have is, it just got delivered today, and I've been kind of messing around with it during this show, kind of fiddling with it. The 8-bit Do, I don't know let me see if they have the name on the back here. The 8-bit Do 64 Bluetooth controller. It is the N64 controller that they are putting out for the analog 64, whatever they call it, the analog 3D. That's right. So it has one analog stick on the left, and then 6 face buttons, an A and a B button, and then C buttons. And it's so it looks like a Xbox controller, but it has the button layout and the button inputs of an N64 controller.
64.
And how's the D-pad?
The D-pad feels pretty good. 8-bit Do's D-pads have been really solid for a minute now, and I hope this one's just as good. But it feels really good. All of the buttons feel clicky without having that loud click, which I don't mind. I know a lot of people do, but I also don't mind if it's quiet. It feels really nice to press these buttons. One of the reasons I've been fiddling with it the whole time. And it has the N64 sort of concentric rings. Is that how you say that? The sort of convex control. The convex controller, where it's really kind of digs into your thumb in a satisfying way, and I like that as well. Gonna mess around with this a lot. I have a special dongle where I should be able to connect this to my Shoot N64 and play with it using this. But
nice.
The analog 3D should be here relatively soon, so looking forward to really messing around with this thing at that point. Although I can also just use it on an emulator on my computer. Beyond that, though, I'm still playing Donkey Kong. Got credits, but I am trying. There's post-game content. I kind of just realized what that is. It took me a second. It's go back underground and do a thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm following the exclamation point. Where is it? I finally found where it's leading me. And I'm like, okay, so I'll do more of that. But as I've been looking for that, I've been just kind of choosing a sub layer at random and clearing it all out and getting 100%ing it and finding everything. And that's been pretty fun. It is a game where, they really did think about the way everyone's going to be playing it. If you are just going to do what I originally did, which is, all right, I'm going to pick up this controller and do what feels right. And that means just punching my way through these levels, destroying everything, getting to the next main objective, and then following those bananas down the chute, getting to the next sub-layer and doing the same thing. And it was almost just like the game overtook me and just said, hey, unleash the beast and start punching shit and destroying everything and have a good time. And I did. Now that I've gone back and I'm playing it the way some other people have been playing, which is, here's a list of stuff to find. Here's a bunch of tools to find all that stuff. Go ahead and check everything off the list. It's like, this is extremely fun as well. This is also just as good of a game this way as it is to like get into the rhythm of it and just unleash the monster inside. So it's just like, that's how you know you have a team that really understands what they're making, has full confidence over their ability to build a game in two different directions and accommodate all those different kinds of play styles. And it's just reconvincing me that this is one of the better games I've played in a very long time. So, yep, still loving Bonanza. Just like picking up the Switch 2 as well and having a reason to play that.
Yeah.
And still, there's a ton of content. Like, I got credits, and there feels like I still have more than 50% of that game left if I wanted to keep playing. So, very excited about that.
I can echo about Bonanza. Today was the first day. I mentioned on the Bombcast I wasn't going to let my daughters play it until I finished it because the checkpointing is crazy. Today was the first day. They came home from camp, and my older daughter Liv said, "Hey, can I mess around in Bonanza for a little while?" And I said, "Absolutely." Yeah. So I'm sitting here covering Battlefield. I handed her the Switch 2. She sat right here, and within 5 minutes, I heard, "Oh, banana!" And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah!" She found one without me needing my help. She got to the first post-game objective you were talking about, and started that thing.
Oh, cool! All right.
Without me even needing it to. And she eventually got to the point where she's like, "Dad, I can't do this. Can you help me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I picked it up and I played a little bit too. But the fact that she was able to just mess around, do whatever she wanted, she was messing with all the different bonanzas. She found that banana without me needing to help her. It was really neat just to hear that going on, and for her to be able to pick it up so fast. Really does, like you were saying, speak to they thought of everyone when it came to playing Bonanza. And right now, as it stands, I think it is my game of the year so far. I know you said that on the Bombcast as well. That is with a big gaping hole in the backlog known as Clair Obscur. I do have to acknowledge that. I did play Blueprints though. I didn't play it
is right there for me. Top 3
I did play it Blueprints. It is still up there, so I do have that taken care of. But yeah, it's very, very good stuff.
Real quick in chat, I know Mike Machiachek in chat is saying, "Show us your special dongle" as a penis joke. I understand that, and yet I'm still going to show you the real special dongle. Now it's a blue retro thing here, and you just plug it right in. Yeah, I mean it's big because it's like I have no idea why it's so big. But you plug it into the N64 thing in the front, and it's self-powered. So so it doesn't need like a battery or anything like that, and then it just enables you to connect a Bluetooth controller to play N64 games, and it works really well.
I was asking you about the D-pad because with six face buttons, it looks like a really good fighting game.
That is one of the reasons I did get this pad. Was like thinking, it'd be cool to have 6 face buttons. The spacing on them is a little. It's hard to tell by looking, but the A and B button is a little bit offset from the C buttons. The C buttons are smaller. But I can easily hit the down and A button at the same time, and the left C button and the B button at the same time. So I do think that there is a way in which this can totally work as a fighting gamepad if I needed it to. And then, of course, it's like A, B, these buttons at the same time. Like that, for a lot of fighting games, that's like a throw command. That should work just fine. So yeah, if I'm playing a fighting game and I don't want to get a leverless stick out, I'm going to be using this, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a try. Who knows how well it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. I might play some third strike tonight, actually.
8-bit though. She's released that new leverless too.
I know. I need to holler at him and see if I can get that. Yeah. Hey, or send it to South America. We'll see.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see. Jason, anything else you want to talk about, or should we get to these super chats?
No, watch Evo. Watch and support Evo if you like fighting games. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. I know you're going to see a lot of gameplay from the people that you want to see gameplay from. Of Invincible Versus, they've announced Marvel Tokon.
Right.
We talked about 2XKO is going to be playable there. I believe they said today that more. No, that wasn't. That was something else. So no, Marvel Tokon is what I was thinking about. So yeah, if you're into fighting games, make sure you're paying attention to that. Sunday will be a lot of announcements. Panels tomorrow will be a lot of cool announcements too. But good gameplay all weekend. Make sure you support that. But no, I do want to say that I am very appreciative that you allowed me to do this with you, that you trusted me with it. That Mike Minotti trusted me with it. I don't know about that guy. But and this whole week, Bombcast, the talk over, we'll do game mess tomorrow. It's been great. It's been great to have this little this little week of Finale Week, let's call it unofficial Finale Week. It's been awesome, and the fact that you've tolerated me for this long has been very impressive. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the trust is the word. I love working with all the people I work with, but I'm always like, Jason just gets it. I trust him, so I can just be like, once I say, hey, can you be on a show, and you say yes, it's like I don't have to think about it anymore because I know you're going to get it and come in with your great stuff. So no, I really appreciate it. And for people who are missing Mike, he'll be back next week. He'll be back for last of the Nintendogs and all that. I'm definitely someone that out of sight, out of mind in a lot of ways. It's hard for me to even like miss people. Mike is in that small pocket of people where it's like, my wife, my kids, and Mike Minotti. I miss those people when they're gone. So I'll be happy to see Mike again. Looking forward to it. Happy for. I think you actually
quite a pantheon.
Yeah, that's just how it is. It's like Mike's become like family to me at this point. He should be home tomorrow, so he might show up on UPF, but we'll see. He could also be very tired from traveling. We'll give him a break if he needs it. Okay, let's do the super chats, Jason.
Cool, I'm on it. At Burrito 4332. This is for the Man of the Hour finale, holding it the F down this week. Thoroughly enjoyed having you on the shows across the week, man. Thank you, Burrito. You are delicious. P.S. Ford New. Reading the chillin' by the fire description, the flow of the air, the thick. Wait, Tom, I'll start that again. The flow of the air, the thickness of the wood, and the angle at which it's placed all intertwine. This game fucks.
Yeah, that's just one of them dirty novels at the checkout at the grocery store right there.
Yeah, really. Holy shit. Tim Nicholas, 8528, welcome to Lincoln.
Yeah,
they appreciate you, and I appreciate you for doing it tonight. At Tim Nicholas, 8528, once again, how y'all going to leave out Charge and Chuck?
Okay, I kind of feel like if I would have remembered Charge and Chuck, I might have put him on that list because I love Charge and Chuck that much. He would be really funny to see him on that list. Okay. I do feel bad. You're right.
Charge and Chuck. Yeah, that's an omission. You are right to be mad at us for that. We did.
Dan's going to yell at me about that too. I know he loves Charge and Chuck, so he's going to see that list and yell about it. Here we go.
At Ali Miracle, Toyota Yaris sponsored an Evo, period, penis, etc. It sponsored an Evo. You know what it did? It did a long time ago. When was that?
I mean, it had to be when that Toyota Yaris game was like happening, right?
Yeah, maybe it was at 9, 10, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a long time ago. I mean, I know where I was when my then girlfriend, now wife's roommate bought a Yaris. And I was like, that 360 game.
Is there a claw on the back?
Yeah. And she was living in an Italian village in Columbus at the time. So that must have been like 09, 010 or something like that. 010. 09 or 10, yeah.
You have an Italian village in Columbus?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We lived right across from the Italian like Catholic church, and they would have Italian Fest there. And I would walk out her front door, literally walk 10 steps and be able to get cannolis, like fresh cannolis right there. It was great.
That sounds amazing.
Good time.
At Zombie Pourin, coming back in, shout out Jason for killing it on everything he's been on recently. He's the father who stepped up after Mike left Grubb for Greg Miller.
That's right. I was abandoned.
Wow.
And we got the dad who stepped up. That's right.
He went out for milk at Disney World and never came home. At Tim Nicholas 8528, once again, as an artist on Invincible, check out the game.
Oh, hey Tim,
look at that.
Hi, Tim. That's right. Yeah,
let's go.
Tim, I've seen some
Tim.
stuff. Tim, shouts out to you, bud.
That's That's so cool. Now, is he an artist on the comic or just the franchise in general?
I think
You have to tell us that. Probably,
yeah, I don't think. Yes, exactly. I'm not gonna blast anyone out, but yes, shouts out to you, Tim.
That's so cool.
Yep.
And yeah, I got a chance to play Invincible Versus back at around Summer Game Fest. They actually brought me to Skybound in Beverly Hills to check out that game for an hour, and I liked what I was seeing so far. So I'm curious to see how this new build will be with new characters in there. And fighting games are so back. Tag fighting games are so back. I know I keep talking about the storylines. I'm trying to tease them for Game Mess, but they just keep spilling out of me. The spoiling of the lead that 2XKO had, I think, is a big one.
Oh yeah,
they had a 2-3 year window to get out before this all happened, but Marvel Tokon completely ate its lunch, and then a couple days later, Invincible Versus was like, "Yo, I'm here too, and do not underestimate me." It's like, yeah, the tag fighting scene is now very crowded, and it's awesome, and I think it should just bring it back. Marvel vs. Capcom 4, let's go. Another one came in from Brian X1. Why did Mike show feet within 2 minutes of being on Kinda Funny?
You know why? Because he wants to dominate Wiki Feet. It's been his plan all along. He'll get there eventually. Yeah. Greg Miller's going to help him now.
Mikey Feet coming soon. God damn it. But yeah, tag fighters are back. It's really, really cool. And Invincible Versus is definitely up there too. But yeah, man.
JD Camp's got one more for you. Says Finelli, Jeff hates pasta. That's not how I would frame it.
That's not true.
I don't hate pasta. I just don't like. It's not like my go-to food. I've had good pasta before and I've enjoyed it. But usually, like I don't like creamy pastas. I like the red sauce and stuff like that. That's good. Anything with a lot of spice is going to win me over. Not just hot spice, a lot of flavor. That'll be fine for me. It's just typically I get a lot of bland Italian food around me.
Okay, well then we just have to show you real Italian food. Come over to Philly,
and I always welcome this. I do welcome this. Now, this did happen one time when we were in LA. We went to this restaurant, had a bunch of great foods, and they're like, "We're gonna get this thing off the menu, and it's gonna be this Italian dish." And we got all this awesome food, and everyone's like, "Grubb, you got to try this." I tried it, and it was my least favorite thing that I ate that night.
Oh,
but listen, you weren't my Sherpa on that. I trust you more than those chuckle fucks. So. We'll get this.
Yeah,
fixed.
That is the second worst Italian-related crime that's happened to me this week. The first one, if you look in the comments, is it the comments of the Bombcast or the live chat of maybe this morning? Someone called me Jesse Vitelli.
Yeah,
and then
all Italians look alike.
And then someone corrected them and said, "No, it's Jason Vitelli." And I'm like, "Oh, come on, you're right there."
All right, I think we're all caught up in super chats now. And
yeah,
with that said, I'm fried. That was the 14-hour day, something like that. It was longer than that. It's a big, long day. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hit this music. We're going to let that play.
Do. Oh, and I just got an idea.
Go ahead, Christian.
For people who wants to watch Evo, I'm going to link Jason's article on the post and on the video. And
yes.
Yeah.
Good idea. Put that into the description, please, in the episode notes. I appreciate that. Jason Finelli. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Tell people where they can find you on the internet and all that good stuff.
Yes, I'm on Blue Sky at jasonfinelli.com. Very easy. Big man Finelli everywhere else. It's mostly video games, professional wrestling, Philadelphia sports, Magic the Gathering, and cute pictures of my kids and wife doing fun family things. So if you like all of that stuff, that's what you will find on my social medias. I try to make people laugh, try to make people smile, try to be a good overall, there's enough shit on the internet. You don't need it from me. I'll try to make your day a little happier. GameSpot, I do a lot of writing there. MMORPG as well. Shout out to Joe Bradford, great dude over there. Yeah, I mean, it's just doing the work, man. Like you said, long days, but well worth it. My name is not Jackson Vasily. But
that sounds like a name Michael Vick would use when he's getting tested for venereal disease. My name is Jackson Vasily.
I just want to echo one more time my appreciation for you having me on here.
We love it.
It was great fun. And cheers, mate.
Yep, likewise, dude. Appreciate it. Love having you on. We'll finish out the week of Game S Mornings with you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And things will be back to normal next week, but we're still going to have plenty of Jason on in the future, everybody. Look out for that. Okay, let's see a couple things. Christian, is there a community game happening this week? I haven't had a chance to check into that. They did peak last week, and I had a good time with that, I know.
Yep. Pig was awesome. We had a lot of time, and we're doing Pig again.
Okay, fantastic.
So, yeah.
You know what? It's gonna be even better this week. They added cannibalism. Did you see
saw
that?
It's gonna be cool.
All right, don't keep that on the down low, everybody. I'm gonna try to make Giant Bomb play it again, and we'll surprise them with that. Okay, all right. So everyone, keep it quiet. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
God, this song is so good.
Enjoy your gaming.
Men for so long have fantasized about sucking their own dick.